You go over to YouTube and find whatever avenue it's on. It's
Hang
on.
on.
I
I
will
got,
say, Alabama, I give you so much credit for always being like so willing to be the next one to go live and carry it on in
yep,
moments like this,
yep, because,
even in the moments of chaos.
yep, my
I could
baby's
tell.
just woke up.
Yeah, but you're still like, I got you guys.
I got you.
Okay. So what
All right.
happened in the other live for you guys that are coming in? Apparently, she fell asleep and didn't move her little puzzle piece. It was not shut down by anybody.
Come on, why ain't you playing? Come on. What time frame? 22:59. Let me exit out of this piece of crap.
Yeah, for what I'm talking about is the videos on YouTube. I think it is. I just don't know where exactly they're at.
Yeah, I do. It's on Drama Talk.
That's a shit. Wait, cute, Clue, whatever your fucking name is.
Sorry. Hang on. You're going to have to hang on.
Abort, abort.
That big ass shit right there.
Of course they are. Of course, that two's playing on here.
Tic tac shot.
Okay, here we are. Let's go. Down. 5 hours ago. Mind the monsters right here.
You, just you, building your app on base 44.
All right.
Who's got it? Sam's gonna do it, babe.
All right, right here.
So all you do is out of here.
Wait till you see this video, Kristen, and you are going to freak out. And I cannot wait to hear Kristen be like,
Who does that?
I cannot wait to hear Kristen say, "Are you okay?"
Well, it's coming. It's coming.
Okay. Oh my God, did it stop it again? Why is it doing that right there? Nope, there it is. It ain't playing though.
Yeah, but it's not playing the music.
What happened to the sound? It's the video.
Okay, so the song is Allie's favorite song of all time.
It is. There it goes.
Are you okay?
Okay, wait. She's gonna play it again.
Girl,
Feeling pretty good. Southern.
Wait, so this right now is who?
Sierra.
that's here.
This was on his Snapchat. This is how we found out he was missing.
Like I said, he tried to propose to her with my old engagement.
But she was rugged, right?
I think it's
Together?
great.
I fix it. Bring this up there.
Yeah, they went home and smoked. What is
happening?
Kristen, things. Yeah, Grandma. That is, please let me know.
So that was wild. They had a 3, and then Sierra cheated, and they got pissed, so she's mad at her about that. They had a 3, and then Sierra cheated, and they got pissed, so she's mad at her about that. Because she was at
You say you can't hear it?
She would never do that to her again.
No, the screen popped off.
If you guys can see
my
me right
gosh.
now in the front.
Because
Hold
she
on.
had an agreement.
If you guys can see me right now in the front of my office, just
Oh my
scratching.
God.
Sleeping together.
What the hell?
Kristen hits this.
Do you want me to play it?
Nope, I got it now. Yeah, you can't. You want
It
to?
happened the night he went.
Do they look
They're about to play it again though.
Yeah, please. Yeah,
It'd be easier if you played. I'm trying to make a bottle.
go ahead and make the bottle.
Do it, babes.
It's at 22 something on here. Here, I'll play it until then.
Real sad. She's saying
This is
she was
wild
rugged
work.
by her, but you look pretty content in her lap.
All right, so they're about to
Sorry,
play it
Sam.
again.
I didn't mean to put bluntly out there, but I can hear it.
No, you're good.
Yes, supposedly
And when I- did
Asia for this.
Why? If like I was trying to.
Me is she's saying on 1:30 and said,
Come Come on.
CRM is so slow.
I know that. Kristen says, "Can y'all play it again when nobody's talking?"
Girl, you are tripping us out. This is not a replay. We got commercial ads and everything.
Allie, can you put her in a smaller box?
Babes, make me big. I got it.
KJ's getting overstimulated over here. She's like,
Sorry.
turn the volume down on the TV.
I can't right yet. Look, I got my hands like really full. My kids are not
Just
mom
put
and
me on mute, babes. I got you.
Just put Allie in the big box and mute
I am in
yourself.
the big box.
Yeah,
I'm in
have
the
Allie
box.
take over.
I love you guys. I got this.
This video, Kristen, and you are going to freak out. And I cannot wait to hear Kristen be like, "Who does that?" I cannot wait to hear Kristen say, "Are you okay?" Well, it's coming. It's coming. Okay. Go back. Yeah. I just killed my ex. Not the best idea. Killed his girlfriend and his child. I've been here. I just killed my ex. I still love him. Rather be held in alone. And then I'll show the other video of her and Kyle. Are you okay? Girl, feeling pretty good. Has been talking. Southern.
Wait, so this right now is who?
Sierra. That's okay. Sierra. This was on his Snapchat. This is how we found out he was missing. Like I said, he tried to propose to her with my old engagement. But she was rugged, right? And both. I think it's funny. Together? Great. I fix it. Bring this up. It's up to
They went home and smudged.
What is happening?
Kristen, some things. Yeah, hold on.
One take.
So if you still are mad, please let me know.
What?
So that was wild.
They have right now in the front and multiple other people.
They're partying.
Kristen.
And they got pissed, so she's mad at her about that.
Who does that? I just killed my ex. I still love him. Rather be held in alone. And then I'll show the other video of her and Kyle. Are you okay? Right now, in the front site, which.
Oh, there they go. Without talking.
Like I said, he tried to propose to her with my old engagement ring. And I think it's funny. I think it's great. I do.
Come on, Bob.
I want him to show up. I want to talk to him.
Yeah, let's say some things.
I want to talk to him.
We're showing some things.
He won't show up. He's a puss. So if you still are mad, please let me know.
And then the other.
Okay, so now you guys see what the two girls look like. The one of them doing the deal on the bed was the night before the other one that she came back with the Kill Bill song.
Pappy, this shit is wild.
Oh yeah.
And this was what, a day or two after?
2 days. 2 days after the 11th.
And we're going on 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please tell me, like, has anybody dug into the investigation?
Here's what's even worse. So it's an open case with no current detective on it.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be getting TikToks
Oh my God.
bit now, like really trying to get.
And this is also where the finding of today might come in. Sierra has connections in that area. She doesn't work there, but she has friends, relatives, and connections in that area to where that was found.
Yeah. So that's what I heard from some people. I mean, my gut, listen, this is just me, and I didn't follow it closely, but just my gut feeling, I don't think it's him.
I don't
Me
even.
either.
I
I
don't
feel
either.
like if there's been other
Do we
remains
know
found
how?
in that area, and
Uh-huh.
after looking at that area, I don't see how you can just stumble upon it
How
unless um and I also I unless I missed it, I didn't hear Kylie ever say like go right here to
I
that
didn't either.
location.
So not on the live, but to Sam. Apparently, when she got out of the hospital, right? I believe she went to labor the day after her brother went missing. She had a C-section, and when she got out of the hospital, Kylie said to her to look in that location.
Okay, so nobody's actually heard this for themselves, right?
Correct.
Just from Sam.
Okay. So with that said, my gut says it's not him. I feel as though after looking through Google Earth and that location, I would find a really hard time with the fact that like nobody else ever stumbled upon those remains
For 3 years,
for 3 years.
and it being 55 miles away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unless
That
they moved it trying to hide it.
Well,
And
so
they
that's
was
what I was getting
and
at
they was so
because
close
of
that
the
they didn't have
yeah.
money.
But
Because
so
of
I
all this the attention it's gotten lately.
yeah, and that's kind of what I thought coming into this tonight was okay, is there something that was said last night that pointed people, whoever it is, in a certain direction, and then they took things to that location to be found, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I personally
Yeah.
A
feel
lot more
like
heat coming
that
back on
it
it
was
now
just
that
random. The remains were found randomly, and then they I feel like somebody said that to try to throw off where they were already talking about looking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, they said it was locals that stumbled on it.
Yeah, I don't think it's him.
I
I
don't
I
mean,
don't
either.
think it's him either.
I as
no,
much
it's
as
one
I
of the cases
hope
of
that
the
this
area.
family
I'm coming,
finds
baby.
closure soon, that's not it, in my
I don't think it's
opinion.
him. I said that too. I don't think it's him. Plus, with all the bodies that have been found there recently, like,
And it would just be too much like of a coincidence for all this stuff to be
uh-huh.
going on and then them just to find the body like that.
Well, and
Yeah,
that's kind of what brought me into this tonight was I remember like stumbling upon Hannah's live earlier today and thinking, wait, what? Everybody's just been talking about this for the last maybe
12
30
hours.
hours. And then all of a sudden, after 3 years, it's like, oh, searchers may have found the remains.
Yeah.
Right?
So,
I feel like his family, God bless them, they'll they anything is hope. I hate that too because that's sad. But I wonder. Okay, so if he did like OD in the trunk, how much did he weigh?
I don't know.
From looking at the pictures, he couldn't have been more than 150 pounds.
But that's gonna still be tough for a girl.
195 pounds, it says on his flyer.
Even two girls. I just don't see two girls.
also, guys, remember Brittany. Brittany's house was where they went to get the rugs and all of her friends
Yeah, where's
because
Brittany?
nobody knows where she is now.
So
And
we've
Oregon.
only been hearing from Kylie
Yes.
Yeah,
And Sam.
and Sam, the sister.
Yes. And there
Okay.
was also a Nate guy that she says was there that night.
Who's Nate?
A friend
Of
Also, a
who?
co-worker.
of Kylie's.
did Allie? Did she tell that though the first time that she told the story? Because I feel like I missed that part.
It was told last night.
And
Okay, I'm gonna say one thing, and then I'm probably gonna jump down here in a minute. Here I'm a skeptic these days, and there's a part of me that questions We're coming up on 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And people have had time to get their stories aligned. You know, they see how things operate on social media, what gets attention, this and that. And that's always going to be in the back of my mind.
I agree with
Yeah.
that
Not
completely.
saying that's the case, but something to think about.
I want to see receipts from the AAA. You know that she had to call and pay $80 to get the keys out of the car, and there's a lot of stuff that's missing. There's a lot of, according to her story.
Did you hear Sam say that she got a speeding ticket somewhere, like supposedly on the way back from picking up the Ben guy? I don't remember, but I did. There are certain parts of the story that maybe are the wrong day, but they're somewhat true. I don't know. I feel like they're letting the one person that has the most unreliable recollection of it just pretty much make a disaster out of it all.
Lori, you know you're in a box, babes.
But yes,
Lori,
I
going once, twice. Come back up if you wanted to be up here.
yeah, Blue Butterfly. I heard that too. $80 to have somebody from AAA to get the keys out, and then she said, I heard that say, take him away.
Wait, say that again?
The AAA, about the time she was talking about the AAA, and she also, I heard something about paid to take him away.
Oh, I missed that part.
Oh yeah, yep. She paid somebody there to pick him up and to take him away. I did hear that. Yep, that
Paid
was said.
to take
And
him
this is
away.
when she left before coming back to the church?
Yeah.
Huh.
So she came back to the church for an alibi.
And she left to go get rugs?
I don't know. She said she went to go take the phone back and get his phone.
Yeah, because that part wasn't very clear.
Yeah, I think they got rugs that morning because she said that she already had Smith and wasn't sure how they went and got more.
But she also said that she was sober until that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of it makes any sense.
No, it don't. And I think the reason it don't make any sense is because her recollection of it is somewhat
It
fuzzy,
fogged.
just
Well,
not
that's
even
back to
there.
what Alabama was saying. You know, when you're on that stuff, you don't have a recollection. Everything comes out scrambled and
Nope,
trying
you
to.
don't.
According to Sam, when we talked to her, she does have an interview up where she goes into detail of how she was trying to contact Kylie, that she was getting twisted stories left and right from her ever since day one.
Yeah, but like I said, and that's not me defending the girl. That is me just generally telling you the
Well,
facts
and
that I know.
I also wonder if maybe the reason why Kylie's been somewhat like reluctant to say too much is that she may think she did do it and don't remember. You know, like I don't know.
I'm thinking the same thing. Yep.
Didn't they
Because
say
see,
that their dogs, like the dogs, did like their his scent was at the cemetery?
Hold up, everybody. A few hours ago, there was a shooting.
You pewing?
I'm sorry, in Salt Lake City. Is this like a mass or
Yeah, they said mass.
I'll go find it.
tag me when you find it?
I just wanted to say, I don't know if you guys were on the live this morning or this afternoon, I guess, when they were showing pictures of the scene and things like that. So the pictures that I had seen online were pictures where they actually showed pictures of the police officers.
The
And
location of where they found it?
yeah, and the police officers were actually in the brush, which is behind the building. And
55 miles
so
away.
you have the highway up at the top, and then you have a bunch of brush and trees, and then the pavement and the building below it. And if you look above, you could see the highway sign or the interstate sign there. I personally think that they rolled him out or threw him out, and he rolled down that embankment, and that's how and why they found the remains where they were.
Now that is a possibility. That
And
could.
Also, isn't that like 55 miles away from where all this other stuff was supposed to happen? The church and the
Yeah,
cemetery.
that
And
is my problem with that.
Yeah,
Because
mine
well,
too.
so
hmm
yesterday she did mention West Virginia yesterday, where she went around a turn and where the cliff was
Yeah.
allegedly, that was in West Virginia.
okay, that's part I missed.
Yeah. And what else did I have written down? So yeah, she
unless,
did
wait a
mention
minute.
all that.
Let me ask you this, okay? Y'all, okay? The reason I have a problem with West Virginia, but now that I'm sitting here thinking, okay, if
Thank you,
Sierra was
Katie.
with her when this happened, maybe on the way to take Sierra home, they dumped the body.
Possibly.
Because I don't see them driving all the way back there just to drop the body and then come back and party. Like,
But
it's a
if you
55-minute drive.
if you look at the map though, it sounds probably longer than it really is.
Yeah, I mean, I
I know
know, but
somebody brought it up earlier today.
what about gas though? Like 55 miles is a lot of miles for somebody that's broke. Like he was trying to get a paycheck for working a few hours. You know what I mean?
But
Like,
if they were taking Sierra home, that would make sense.
And I
mm-hmm.
heard
Yeah, it would make
Sierra.
more
But
sense.
apparently, Sierra had taken a lot of cashola. So, who says she couldn't have put some gasola?
Yeah. Yeah. I think there's more cash there than
Yeah, I think
probably
that
we
that's
know.
the
I
only
don't
Would
way
know.
I
make
could believe it.
sense. It would make sense though if it was when she was taking her home. I didn't really think about that.
Yeah.
And
And
they did
some
say that they robbed Brittany or Matthew,
Oh
and she was
yeah,
trying
mhm.
to talk him out of it. And if she's a rug dealer, they had a lot of cash.
Yeah,
I do
and
agree with
also
that.
that's where all
And
the
then
pew pews went off. Is that apparently at the Brittany place?
Yeah,
yes.
and he was
And
probably hiding out with the cash and the rugs, and you know what I'm saying. Like she said that she had
Here's
somebody come pick him up.
here's my question about the whole thing though. Is like they were talking about the dogs and the the scent, his scent. Like obviously it was in the trunk, but
Yeah.
then didn't they say it was at that church where the cemetery?
Yeah,
I don't think it was in that specific location though.
I
You
got
mean where they were looking at yesterday? That abandoned house?
Yeah, or
Yeah.
around there.
Yeah, I don't think they got actually to the house in that specific area. They did bring the dogs out there, but I think it was more of an immediate or closer to the road location.
I got
Okay.
another
Where
I,
question.
else
I
did they?
think.
Where did they take them somewhere else too?
I don't think so.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna drop down and check on this Salt Lake City, Utah thing.
Yeah, let us know
Okay.
what you find out.
All right. And then somebody else said too that Sierra possibly worked at that building where the remains were found.
Yeah, Oz did.
I need
And
to
they were
know.
waiting for it.
And if you look down, I don't know if whoever was guiding the map or whatever, on my map, I was able to actually zoom further back into it by clicking on it and allowed me to get back there further. So there's a bunch of fences back there, like high fences. And so that led me to believe that when they were looking around that high pole there, that's what made me think that geez, I can't even talk, potentially just tossed him off out of the car, out of the trunk, and let him roll down the
Yeah,
embankment.
that is
And
possible.
she even said, what's her name? My goodness. Southern even said that there was a bunch of trees and brush and inclines or culverts or whatever it's called there. What else did she say? The green, I think she mentioned a green sign. So there's both places, I think, or maybe they got in a fight at the cemetery and that's when maybe she ran him over and threw him in the back. I don't know.
Guys, we in the chat, yes, we know that there was a different place in Pittsburgh that she worked. However, there's an EHB in the West Virginia location that a lawyer that we have, was looking into on a background to see if she also worked there. We just have not confirmed it yet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's a correlation. I just know that she'd brought up West Virginia and every lie, there's always some truth. whether
Exactly.
she flips the story or not. And just like what's the other crazy lady from Michigan? She always basically was telling on herself. The more you got her
Don't
to
say
talk,
Courtney.
yep. And the more you got Courtney to talk, the more truth she told.
Well, and I think that that's the thing is that sometimes when you get people up on a panel that's directly related to a case, you got to hear them out
Yep.
because
Let them talk.
maybe 80-90% of it is BS, but then there's going to be that 10-20% of it that there's little tidbits
Yep.
there. They sprinkle little bits of information that you got to really kind of clutch onto.
Yep. Or not speaking the whole fact. She just tells little bits and pieces for us to
Put
put the
together.
pieces together. Yep. Yep.
Yep.
So I did write down, and I know the story's changed, but yesterday was the first time I heard her story completely. But yeah, I was unfortunately able to kind of understand what she was saying. And maybe it was just because of the fact that I hadn't heard it before. I don't know. It was very difficult to listen to her, that's for sure. Between the lisp and the stuttering and the whatever else was going on with her.
Okay, so Mugshot Cup said when Kylie got tearful, I feel like she was close to telling us something. There was one part, and I'm going to have to go back and listen. I'm not going to make you all do it with me, I promise. But there was one part that stood out to me towards the end, like within the last 30 minutes or so of that second part, where she said something and then she said, I'm trying to tell you something important. And then we didn't get back to it.
And I think people were trying to people were getting a little anxious asking her questions, which I appreciate because trying to get to the truth. But like you said, I think sometimes if you just let them talk, and then go back and ask the questions or write down your questions and then go back and ask. I think that helps too, because then she gets so overly nervous. And I truly think there is some truth though to her actually being super scared to speak. Even though she says she's not, I just think there's more of a GANG activity and something else going on, and maybe a ring of some type. And I think that's why, and I kept asking for somebody to ask if she were secluded or if she were, and put somewhere, would she be able to tell us more than what she's telling us now without telling us, basically, is what I was trying to get at. But nobody could ask that question. So I'm just curious. I just have a feeling there's more going on. And then she said she was threatened multiple times. And then even Sam spoke up and said, yes, there are. I will admit there are people we cannot speak about on this case.
Yeah, I'm with you, and I got to go back and listen to everything again. But from what I heard tonight, I'll throw it out there. I'm kind of more suspicious of Sierra's involvement than Kylie,
I am too.
and
Brittany's.
yeah,
I'm putting Brittany on the.
there's something off there. I got to go back. I got to listen, but I can totally understand the whole fearful, the wanting to shut down. There was a moment where she completely switched tune, and
She was so up and down.
I was clocked in on that.
Yeah, and I think that has a little bit to do with the bipolar because she did admittedly say that she has
She said that?
Yeah. And then you could tell at one point she was super high, and about 20 minutes to half hour later she dropped. Like you could definitely tell something was. But I know she said she
Absolutely
was gardening too. So, but
well, I took it as, I mean, that makes sense. I took it as like shutting down, distancing, disconnecting, not wanting to engage.
Somebody said Sierra left the state.
She was super duper intimidated by Dora too. But
she was. That shit was funny. I have a question though. Okay, I need a timeline because I'm confused. I can't help it. She says that the day that he went missing is that morning that she relapsed, right?
I kind of have a timeline.
Okay, so like like this is what my head's saying. This is what I heard. She said that that morning she relapsed. Then they went and got the rugs. Then I guess he went to work, is what I've heard,
Yeah.
or something.
Okay. So
No, for the story that I wrote down on a piece of paper, and this is the first time hearing it, was that she was sleeping at home she had not been using before. However, on the other hand, later down, she did say that they'd been using a couple days before. But he came home, smacked her with the bag, asked her to chop him a line, that he was visibly upset. He broke down a line. That's what her word was. That he, after he did his line, he got really nervous, extra paranoid, visibly upset. And he climbed in the back of her trunk asked him to go to work, take him to work. So he went to work. She put her daughter on the bus. And he went to work. She dropped him off. And then when she dropped him off, she went and picked up Ben from rehab, took him back home to her house. And all this time, Matt is texting her. So she took Ben home, and then Matt texted her back and said, come and pick me up, as he's being paranoid and freaking out around his work environment, apparently. And then when she went to pick him up, she found him in these alleged garages down the street, which was verified between about 12:30 and 1 o'clock by Sam, because somebody had seen him on some Ring video. And then he came into the car with the coworker's phone, and his phone was left at home. But then she said that the phone was actually at work,
Job site. Okay, yeah.
hanging on a charger. Then she talked about after she went and picked him up from work, they drove to the left and up a hill into 88 and went through 3 stop signs to get to the cemetery. And he told her to pull over because apparently he was also, I guess, wigging out again. But come to find out, I think Dora hit the nail on the head, where they were actually arguing and had gotten in some type of an argument. And that's another point where she flipped the hell out. So he refused to get into the car. He refused to go back to pick up his phone and exchange it with the coworker's phone. So she said she just left him there. Got visually upset, or I mean,
When
you
did
could.
Sierra come into this?
So after, so then, they go back to work to pick up the phone, and Matt's phone is hanging there from the charger at work. Then she goes back to the church where she dropped him off, and he wasn't there. Then she says she got out of the car and started looking around, broke into the church, and then went back home.
She left him there.
She left him there
Accidentally
because she
broke into the
couldn't.
church. She didn't mean to, she says.
Yeah, I think what happened, I think there really probably was some type of sort of fight. I think Dora kind of pulled that out of her, and it makes sense because why? But and again, I've been around a bunch of tweakers, so I can kind of understand they just don't make sense, no matter which rhyme shape, up, down, around. They just don't make any sense, and there's no sense to talk into them either. Anyway, so that's that part of the story. Well, then Sam was saying that Matt had called Kevin, his boss, to get a check. And the boss said, well, you only worked a few hours today. That was at 2:30 in the afternoon. So during this whole time, though, I think he was paranoid because people were coming after him. The police were looking for him, all these kind of crazy things. Well, then come to find out, as more of the story that she told, she backed the story up a day before he went missing. And that's, I think, where people started getting a little bit confused because she was going backwards instead of forward, or didn't include the prior day, because I think somebody asked start with the day that this all happened instead of going back a day. So going back a day, that's when the Sierras, and that's when the Brittany, and I could be completely off, but that's when the Brittany and Trisha and that whole clan came into play. Nate, that whole
Yeah.
plan came into play, and that's when she set him up to go get more rugs from Brittany Nate's house.
Which was a friend of hers, not his.
So where was
Right.
Sierra when this was happening then? Because she didn't go home until the 11th, she said.
So I think she went and picked Sierra back up after. So the day before, they were all hanging out, from my understanding. I personally don't think they probably went to sleep
Yeah.
the day that he went missing. I think they were probably still up from the night before. And if I could believe, Sierra, I don't think was in that whole picture. It was just that Ben guy and then Matt that we know of, I guess. But according to what she says, Sierra came after the fact, from my understanding.
Correct.
And then that's when she went back with Sierra and started doing whatever rugs were left. And that's when they hopped in the
That's when
videos
Sierra.
together
Yeah,
and
that's
slept
when Sierra
together.
saw the engagement ring.
Yeah, because she was at her house.
Yeah. And she had no clue, apparently, that this was going on until she saw that ring there to find out they were dating
Well, I
each
don't
other.
know, because didn't they all have a threesome? He
Apparently,
couldn't have been in a threesome if he was missing.
exactly. That's the issue.
Oh, I didn't hear the threesome part.
Yeah, see, that's where the
I
timeline
haven't
was.
either.
The timeline jumping all over the place.
They had a I think maybe I think they were both all three had been sleeping with each other, but not at the same time, except for Sierra and Kylie.
Or maybe
Kylie
the
did say
threesome.
that there was a threesome prior to everything happening. There
Yes, she
was that
did.
information.
See, everybody in the chat saying I didn't hear the threesome either.
I'm wondering if it wasn't with the guy that spent the night that she finally told
I think
about.
it might have been with Nate or
Yeah.
one of the Bens.
Oh, I don't know. Shit, I don't
But
know.
no, I know that so then the phone situation came into play, and I think that's when they started piecing their little story, not stories together, but they're figuring out that Sierra was actually sleeping with him too, as well as everybody. Basically, that's when they started piecing it together. Now that's what she says, but I think there might have been a little plan together there based on what I heard from the videos.
And I'm wondering if the GANG came in instead of it being an actual GANG, it was more of a GANG bang.
Yeah, could have. But
Wait, hold up. What was the talk about that?
somebody made reference to the what's it called?
That.
Uh bandana.
Okay.
There's a blue and white bandana, and I guess it's a resemblance of some GANG.
Oh, like something he was wearing?
Is it
The girl.
CRIP?
Well, Sierra, Kylie says Sierra pulled that out of her ass, so I don't know.
You saw the video,
Oh,
Nikki.
he wasn't wearing it. It was in that
The
that's the
girl
inner
with the
girl.
girls around their head?
Yeah.
The
Yes.
one girl, yeah.
Oh, I think they were just trying to look like J Lo back in her day.
But I guess apparently there is some GANG affiliation, apparently. And then you get the whole story about how they went into, trying to rob the Britney situation. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, last question that I'm gonna drop for the night. I'm gonna keep listening until I fall asleep. So Brittany, so she's the one that they got rugs from, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
And
broke
what
into her
other
house and robbed her.
say that again?
They robbed her.
Who's
Yeah,
they? Like all
that he
three?
did. No, he did. And he didn't
He
get
did.
them
Matthew
from
was
her. He
there.
stole that shit from her. He went in and took it without asking.
Kylie, yeah, and I think Kylie
Kylie
was in
was
the
there
car.
too
Yeah.
When?
This is all before,
before.
How long before?
day before.
The day?
Day or two, I think, is what she
Like
said.
on the 8th.
It was very recent. He did spend a year in jail the year prior to.
So I wonder if maybe her dates are
Hey,
like what she thinks is a day is actually over the course of days.
hold
I'm
on.
sure,
I
because you
got
don't know.
questions. So you don't think that there's a possibility that that whole situation is involved?
Oh, I think it's all, they're all involved somehow,
I
some
think
way.
Yeah.
that I
And it
think
has,
every
They
bit of it's
asked, or
involved.
Dora asked her, saying, "Do you think that anything could have happened when you left him at the cemetery?" And she's like, "No, no, I don't think anything. I don't think."
Unless it was a setup.
yeah, I
Right?
think Sierra might have been with her. But then I'm like, okay, well, where did Ben, so she said she took Ben home, but I didn't catch where Ben lives.
Yeah, I don't think she
Who
told
the
us.
fuck is Ben? I gotta
There's
jump.
two
I'm just
Bens.
you
There's
guys
There's
fill in
two
the
two.
gaps for
Bens.
me.
Ben is a friend from that she went and picked up that morning from rehab after she dropped her daughter off at school or at the bus.
Kylie?
Yes.
You're going to
And
rehab to
Okay.
pick somebody up while you're using? What the
Yeah.
fuck kind of friend is that?
isn't the
Girl,
other
don't even
Ben
get
a
me
co?
started. Pappy and I
Isn't
were
the
going back and forth in the chat when I heard
isn't the
her
other
say
Ben a
stuff about
coworker?
rugs and rug use, and then she had just hung out with Sierra that night, and she left Sierra at the house with her daughter. That spent me. Like I was done.
Well,
Right?
I want to know where that daughter is and how old she is because she never really did say where her daughter has been these whole 3 days.
Oh, I agree, 100%.
Or years since.
I pray
And so
she's
then,
safe and she's okay.
so
Yeah,
she
but
did
that's
about
crazy.
4 or 5 levels. So she did a very high level, a summary of what happened that day. And that's kind of what I got. And then I had to start filling in pieces in my notes because I'm like, oh shit, where does that belong? But so, yeah. And then all of a sudden she got a ticket from taking Ben home.
Oh, hold on. I'm seeing that chat. 2 Bens. One is the
Yeah.
friend. Second is the coworker.
Yeah,
Okay. The
that's what I
second
was
Ben is a
saying.
coworker.
I
Okay.
thought the other
Of
Ben was the
whose?
coworker whose phone he took, right?
There's
Matt's
2
Yes.
Bens. One was in
Matt's
rehab.
coworker.
Second is coworker.
Matt's coworker.
Matt's coworker.
Okay.
Who's
Thank you,
Nathan?
chat. Chat lives matter.
So for some reason, Matt had Ben's slash coworker's phone. Why? I don't know.
That's fucking weird.
Mm-hmm. And then Matt was calling Kylie from Ben coworker's phone for him to come and pick him up.
Did Ben coworker have Kylie's number saved?
I have no idea because he's sure in the
Also,
fun ain't gonna remember it.
also
I mean, I
Nate
can't remember anybody's other than my immediate family.
My
okay, so
daughter's. That's all I know.
Nate is Nikki's boyfriend. Or is Britt's boyfriend. Sorry, not Nikki's.
Not me.
I was telling you, Nate is Britt's boyfriend.
Okay.
Oh,
And
the
she
one
kept
that she
bringing Nate up
robbed.
all the time too.
Yeah, she
Yeah, I
did.
heard
And Nate
that.
is Brittany's boyfriend is Nate.
Yeah.
Oh,
And that's
chat's
who they
moving so
robbed.
fast. I'm trying to keep up.
So Brittany and Nate.
So they both they work together, quote unquote work together.
Yes.
Got
Yes.
it.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah,
there's
that's what
Trisha,
happened
and I
the
can't
other
remember
day.
who Trisha is.
That was
Oh my
odd.
god! Listen, whoever said that this was more characters unlocked than Wexford, you ain't lying.
Yeah,
No,
well,
Oh,
that's
I
that was
think
the
crazy.
other
Wexford's
thing
great.
that we
Tried to put
couldn't
all these
understand.
characters in with about 2 million and
Yeah,
Well, maybe we should
That was
ship them
driving me
all.
nuts. And
Take them to
I thought it was
Cat.
Lupin.
Take them
no.
to
yeah,
Cadillac.
and well, mine was looping. So could you imagine? I was hearing it 4 times.
yeah, that's
But
no,
no,
that
that's
was
the other
open.
thing that we were talking about was the trunk. Somebody said that she said that he was claustrophobic from being in solitary confinement for
Well,
7 years. Well, then he didn't get in the fucking trunk. I'm
That's
somebody
sorry.
what
else,
Sam
somebody
said.
else in the chat said that there was his DNA found in the trunk. Have we
Yes.
confirmed that?
Yes, the
Yes.
police
Sam
confirmed that.
did.
Yeah,
Okay. And
because he did
what
get in
car are
there.
we talking about?
Mercury. It wasn't a Mercury, 300 Mercury or something like that.
So like a sedan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope.
Yes.
Which is
The
where
whole
the
time
story
I was
comes
like
in that he
hopeful,
was
thinking
high and
some sort of like
paranoid.
a Jeep, you
The
Yeah,
know.
and
co-
see, that's what
No.
Alabama
the
kept saying
co-workers
earlier.
did confirm as a witness of seeing him get in the trunk.
Chrysler 300 is
Chrysler
what
300.
Oski Mama says.
And that's
Yeah.
kind of a bigger trunk.
Oh my God.
God, I don't know. That's crazy. They're trying to say that they
Yeah.
just relapsed. Okay, like just hear me out
Somebody,
for a second.
Well, the
They're
somebody
trying
fact
to
that
say
this has
said,
gone
they.
on for 3 years with the evidence that we have so far before whatever possible evidence we've uncovered,
But
like
there's
yeah, and
no
they
you have
said,
detective.
DNA in a trunk
But there's
of
no
a
detective.
Chrysler 300 or
But
200 or whatever the 100 is. Are you kidding me?
well,
but
they
there's
were
no
saying,
detective to work the case.
Sam
yeah,
Sam said they did not tell them what type of DNA it was either.
What were you saying,
I
Chris?
don't
They
care. At
were
some
saying that
point,
he was
he was in
so
that trunk or his.
Yeah.
right.
I mean, I
He
listen.
was
Okay,
afraid of the police seeing him because he had cut off his ankle
Ankle
monitor or
bracelet. Yeah.
whatever. So it kind of does make a little more sense. But
what was he in jail for previously?
First degree on burglary.
Okay, so he cut off the ankle bracelet when?
I don't know, like a year ago.
In
Well, a
December,
year
they said.
before.
They said in December. I don't know.
And he was like just
And I don't. He went. When
able
did he go
to
missing?
go on without it?
Apparently.
No
He.
issues? Okay.
What year did he? When he went missing in August, maybe. Is that what I heard?
March.
March 7th of 2023.
So he
Yeah,
hadn't
it's
had a
coming
dog
up
for a
on
few
3 years.
months.
Yeah, he's supposed to be on house arrest, and he cut off the bracelet. Was going to visit family, going on vacation, doing all kinds of other stuff.
but
No,
I
I
It
know
went.
shows how
somebody
much
that
those work.
Okay,
I know
listen, y'all.
somebody that cut off their ankle monitor and they went years without being
Yeah.
found. Like they literally had
Really?
to turn
Mm-hmm.
themselves in. Yeah, it's
Hold
because
on.
it wasn't such a
Oxymama, I believe they said it because he was paranoid from being on rugs.
Yeah.
Danielle said, or Danielle, I'm so
No, I don't think
sorry.
that's what it is. I'm about to tell y'all why.
Xmas Eve, he cut it off. Yeah, Christmas. I'm seeing a lot of Christmas Eve. Okay.
All right, listen. I'll
So
tell you why I don't believe that. They're trying to say that they relapsed either the night or the night before, right? That morning or the night
No,
before.
she said that. That's what I
Yeah.
heard her say.
but then when she backed her story up, when we asked, okay, well, what happened the day before?
Okay.
That's when
Well,
she said we'd been up and went and got rugs from Brittany's house.
that's still okay. Like from somebody that has been there, done that. Like it takes like a week for you to really start getting paranoid like that. And I've even then not like that. Not enough to get into the back of a trunk. Like
But at
maybe
the
you
end of the day,
start
we don't
hearing
know when
shit or
he possibly
Right.
could have or if he even did.
Right, and
that.
everybody's different.
I
We
mean, I
only know
do
what
agree.
she has said, and what she has said is that, well, from what I just listened to an hour ago, is that she relapsed that day.
Yes.
Well, I can
Don't
tell you
believe.
this: no matter what day, if they are saying that they both relapsed that day or the day before, drugs is not what made her. I mean, him paranoid. It's not. They just isn't the way that it is. That takes days. So if it was a day or the day before, that is not enough time for you to really start
Correct.
getting paranoid like that.
That's
And
Oh,
The
then
she
why
we
I
said
don't
asked
he
want to
had
come
it.
him.
flocka.
She said he had
the
it in the
way that
house.
Yeah, the way that she talked is she had the rugs in the house for a while, so there's no way that you are a addict and that you are having it in your home and not doing it.
And here's
No,
the
There's
other
no
thing
way.
I caught her say too. She said, and because this just sticks out in my mind. She said when she was talking to Dora, she said, I have to really be careful what I say so that I don't incriminate myself.
Yep, I did hear that.
and he could have been paranoid because of the ankle
I
monitor.
do think that that's probably what it is. Or either they had been preparing him for paranoia. Now,
So,
like we said earlier, when my ex husband got paranoid like that, I was like, do you think that he would have like when I say he was paranoid, Joe, I'm not playing. I didn't do drugs at the time. I was literally having like a 1 year old, 2 year old toddler that was waking up all morning and I was having to stay awake and watch her get up in the morning and he's keeping me awake all night long, making me think that somebody's in my fucking like telling me people in the walls of our house. He's done big holes in the
Listen, I gotta
walls.
tell y'all, he
It's
pissed
oh
not
her off
yeah,
so
funny.
bad.
Like it was really
they,
fucking bad.
oh
No,
yeah,
it's not funny. Not it wasn't funny then, but he pissed her off so bad she literally smacked the shit out of him right in front of the police.
And almost went to jail. I sure did because I was fucking sick of it. He had me up for a week with no sleep, and I was having to take care of my baby, and I didn't do anything like that. And I was fucking just sick of it. I was so done with it. And he had done called the police to our house, y'all. He didn't just fucking tell on himself. He just went and fucking tried to get all of our kids took when they come to fucking find him. What the fuck's wrong with him? I
that's what I'm saying.
lied. He
They have
come
no sense of direction. They have no sense
no.
of nothing.
He calls
They,
the police and he tells them, don't you, he grabs the officer by the fucking arms. He almost gets shot. And he's like, don't you see them? They're right there. Don't you see those people in the black suits? They're right there. And the officer's like, no, I don't. There's nobody there. And I've been telling this motherfucker for days ain't nobody there, but he didn't believe
yeah,
me. And he's like, no, don't you see them? And I'm like, grabbed him, and I'm like, quit fucking doing that before you get shot. And smack, smack. And they put me in handcuffs. He's like, Miss Manning, you put your hands on him again, we're taking you to jail. I'm like, yeah, but I'm fucking done with it. Like, he's going to get himself killed. He's going to get us killed. He's going to get all of our kids taken. Y'all need to take him to the hospital. Something's wrong with him. And I
I
lied
don't
and
know but
told
the
him he
shit.
was a schizophrenic. And that's the only reason he didn't go to jail.
Mm.
But he left that motherfucking day, took him right to his mama's house and dropped him off and never turned back.
Yeah, that's just some crazy stuff can happen when you are that bad. You'll climb into holes and walls and ground and everywhere you can.
Yep. Like that was, I had enough
The
and I
trunk
never
doesn't
went back.
surprise me one little bit at all, to be
No,
honest.
it kind of don't surprise me either, other than the fact of being in solitary confinement. I mean,
And then
which is the
somebody said something
lesser
about,
of the two evils? You know, it's almost that's kind of.
Yep. I do agree.
and then everybody's like, well, why'd you let him get in the trunk? Well, why didn't you quit? You just don't. You just, like she
There ain't
said,
nothing
you
you can
just,
do.
yep, you just let them go and you don't turn them in. You don't call the cops. You don't do those kind of things. So I could
Mm-hmm.
totally relate to where she was coming from.
That
Wait,
did
wait,
hit
wait.
home with
Hold
me.
on. All right, last question, I promise, because then I really gotta go to bed.
I know I need
You're
to
wasting.
too
You should go
finally
home.
instead of staying up
You're
till 2 in
saying
the morning.
why let him? Do you think he went in the trunk willingly?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
climbed
Yeah,
see,
in
I do
there.
too. Now,
I've been picturing it differently.
No, he climbed in there willingly because he was scared.
mhm. Yeah, now that I know about
He's
about the
paranoid.
breaking in the houses, I do agree. And the break and the cutting off his ankle thing, I do agree. He was probably scared and he was
And
trying
then
to
do you
like.
think that by being in the trunk, that could
It
have?
protected him. That nobody was looking for
According
him.
to Kylie, she got a call from Matthew that there were police and helicopters there and that she needed to come get him because he was paranoid. So
Yeah.
she did, and that's how he got in the trunk.
Oh, well, see, I missed all that.
But I also do wonder what happened after that. Like, okay, if they were all sketched out, like, and I do hate that this has to be said, but I do wonder if something back there in that trunk happened to him. Like,
Well,
maybe he did suffocate because it was so hot. It was in
no,
March, maybe.
my first thought was he OD'd.
Yeah,
Mine
me
too.
too.
Like
That
he's
I went right
exploded
to
in
that.
March.
That actually is right here at the top of my page, circled. Did he OD? And then my second question was, got in the trunk, why? And again, this was the first time hearing that part of the story. So now that all makes sense because I didn't hear the rest of it. But yeah, I'm like,
But
okay, well, why'd he get in the
thing
trunk? But
is, how did he call her? If she had the phone or it was at the job site or it was left home, nothing places him with a phone unless he
coworker,
took one from someone.
he had the coworker's phone.
Mm-hmm. He did.
For some reason, we don't know why. His was at home. His was there at work,
I
and
know
maybe
we
he
do
just,
know. He plugged it in because he was listening
yeah.
to the police scanner.
I think he picked up the
The
wrong
wrong
phone.
phone because he was drugged up.
Yeah,
I do
And
too.
how
because
I heard of this case was walking in because me and Nikki were in a live last night, and all of a sudden they went dead for the night or down for the night. So I scrolled over, and all this was going over in other lives.
And I think, in my honest opinion, I think that Sierra's stupid videos, like they are creepy as fuck now. But I really don't think that. I don't know. Like, part of me's like, no, maybe they did do something because that is like, I'm not gonna lie. When I seen that video of her, that shit really did treat me out like for hours last night. Just the way that she looked at the camera with her, it just looked evil. But then
and
I'm thinking, well, no, maybe something happened and they all got scared and they all panicked and they just thought
Or
there was nothing
maybe
they
it was
could do.
evil in the
I
fact that they do know what happened
I
and
think
they
she
don't
ran him
care.
over.
You know.
That's my thought. She ran him over at the cemetery because they got in a fight.
Oh, that is a possibility. Do you think
And
Sierra
then,
was with them?
yep. And I think then that's her and Sierra or her and Nate or whoever else. That's why he refused to go back to town with her because he was pissed. He got out and was going to walk,
I bet
and
that is it, girl.
he
I
could have
bet.
ran him over 4 times. Who knows? Because didn't somebody say too that she repainted her car or something, or might be thinking of some other one. But anyway, I think she might have hit him out there or ran him over or something, and they put him in that trunk. And when she took somebody home or when she talked about going off the cliff or whatever in West Virginia, I think she took. That's my theory. took him down that highway, because if you look where that skull was found up above, there's that embankment, and right there is a big old um, green sign that talks about highway or interstate. And she mentioned something about 88, which I don't know what that is, but
Okay, let me ask you this. Okay,
and
so
that's why she's so triggered at the cemetery, because she remembers hitting him.
yep, I do agree. There is something at that cemetery. Okay,
But
so
wasn't there cameras there?
yeah,
Not where,
not where they were though, evidently, because
yeah.
she said that they went, unless she lied about going there to begin with, because she was caught on camera there after the fact when she tried to break in.
Yeah, when she tried to break in, they
Yes.
have her on camera.
And then I don't know. I was just really, yeah. And I think that's what triggered her. So something I believe did happen at that cemetery. So I'm not, can we get from the cemetery to Wheeling?
Yes, who has Google Maps? Let's look this up.
It's a
I will. Let me put my
55.
diaper on.
It's a 55-mile trip.
Yeah, I think I mean, I believe her stories. I really do, honestly. And I could follow along. Everybody's like, does anybody understand what she's saying? I'm like, yeah, I can follow along with her. Of course, I didn't write every single little detail on, but like I said, I was trying to fill in pieces after she started the story. But then when she started going backwards, I'm like, okay, I filled in a few pieces.
Well, you must have some good experience because I'm telling you, I thought that just having our sister that has a substance
Find a
issue
Monsters
made
is
us
coming in to
experts,
help
but
fill in the blanks. She's like coming into the live in a minute.
Yeah. So anyway, that's my thought. I think she possibly hit him at the cemetery with her car, and they threw him in the trunk, and they took him to West Virginia at that location. They flipped him off the road, and he rolled down that embankment. And where those cops were in those, that's my theory, though. If that is true, that it is to be him, that is my theory. Because where those people were, where the cops were spotted, was closer to that embankment in the brush. And when I went back to listen to one of the articles or the interviews, it did say brush on there. So that's where I went with that. And then, so that's why I'm thinking, well, then it probably was. And I seen another video where they did have a couple drones flying above that in that brush area. So that's my theory. And
so
I think
I wanted.
possibly she went back yesterday and knew exactly where she rolled them down. And that's maybe when she called it in. Or somebody did. See?
No, they haven't
West
found
Virginia
him.
State Highway 88 runs north and south.
Somebody asked, did they find him? No, we don't know. They
We don't
found
know if it's him.
remains of somebody. We don't know
They
who.
found a skull and remains, but it's just so coincidental that it has to be the day after we're just talking about this. I specifically wrote down Highway 88 in my paper right here too. So that kind of pieces that together.
So I have a couple things to offer. On the day of, it was said there was a phone call to his boss at 2:30
Uh-huh.
to ask about his check.
Yep.
You would think his boss knows his voice from others, so I don't, you know,
Yeah, that's
I
not
think
really
his boss would
personal.
probably know if it was someone else. But she was on camera at the church at 2 looking for him when she went back. So she had to have found him
Do we
after
know? I
2
didn't hear that.
for him to make that 2:30 call to the boss about
Where
the
does
check.
the
Okay, what's the address now that we're gonna look through? We're gonna
It's
drive down Google.
42nd and Wood.
No, the where the cemetery is.
It's on.
No,
Yes.
It's
40,
the
42nd and Wood
cemetery.
is where the bones were found.
Yeah.
Yeah, 42nd and Wood is where the bones.
295 Dolly Road,
Two
Yeah,
Full
ninety
Center,
five. Hang on, 295. Dolly, like Dolly.
D A L L
Dally
Y.
Dally.
Road.
Dolly Road.
And I believe it's actually Cole Center.
Cole Center, like Cole.
Uh-huh.
COAL.
Okay, I got it. Yep. All right, let's go right here. Let me turn this on so we can see.
And that looks like an abandoned business property there in Wheeling. Like it looks
Yep.
like it's in town, but like on the very edge.
Yep. And
And
then
there's
that's where
woods
this
there. And
And that's where Southern talked about some of the things that she mentioned in her reading were actually at the cemetery area. So, like the abandoned house and the windmill and the cross and a bunch of other things that were in there.
Okay, so let's
And
see.
then I have written down that she said she drove left up the hill to 88 or something like that, something on 88.
Do we know how long that house has been vacant?
Yeah, it's been vacant a while. We looked it
Because
up
I know
last night.
sometimes users will use vacant houses.
Oh, it's been used. There's stuff inside of the house.
Right. So I wonder if she went back to find him and then they were there, something might have happened there, and then she took that 88 to West Virginia. But that look where that the bones were found today, that's like it's right on the edge of town, but you would think there's people around there. How like
Where the
Well, like
hell's
I
the
said,
church?
I think if that is truly him, I think my theory is that they were driving on Highway 88, rolled him off, and he rolled down that embankment
All
because where the
honesty, if I was going to be getting rid of something like that, I would much rather it be in an area like that
like the cemetery.
than more of that business district.
There's a
well,
lot
yeah,
of
because she knows. I'm sure they're a little bit smarter if they're that big of thugs that they're not going to do it where a camera is. That's when everybody kept going. Well, look for the cameras, and I'm like, from what I seen and what I could tell, it didn't look like it was actually at like in the parking lot of the building. It was behind the building in the brush from the embankment from the top of the highway down to the building.
Yeah.
Okay, your left right there, I think, is where the abandoned house is.
Yeah, right here. Let me exit this.
See, and to me, if you say left, then that's probably go the opposite direction, right?
Right here's the abandoned house, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody was able to get close enough or looked up maybe it was on Zillow. Maybe it was on oh my God, Zillow, and was able to tell or something that
To
there
see the
was,
pictures. Yeah, because it was for sale or something maybe. I
yeah, and
remember
the
Yeah, it's
reading.
owner's in
listed for sale.
Dallas.
Go up. I want to go up. Okay, let's see.
But
Zoom.
but zoom back out and see what road would go. Like, is the 88 the highway that would
He
take you
said
from
something
there
about
to
three
Wynn?
stop signs.
Yeah, and
Maybe
I don't know if that
3.
was coming from I don't know if that was going to the cemetery or going out of the cemetery. I just have written down,
Let's
um,
see. Where's the cemetery? Where's that address is it?
Yeah, back where you came from, a little bit further down.
This way?
yeah, yeah, I think so.
Like,
I know if you go to the end of that road too far, you've gone too far, but I don't remember exactly which.
Right here's the church.
yeah, the cemetery should be off there somewhere.
I don't see no damn cemetery. It's gotta be more this way.
Can
Is that the
can
church
you
right
put
here?
can you put in oh yeah, there it is. I think that's the
Where's
church,
the?
isn't it?
I don't see the
Yeah,
cemetery.
the
Um
You got to keep going. It's down past that white barn. Keep going. It's down around the corner. It's
and then maybe once you find that you can put in the route
From there?
from that address to um the Wood and 42nd and Wood.
that's pretty far from the cemetery to the church. And she was breaking into the church. Why would she go back there instead of the cemetery where she left him?
I agree. I don't understand this. I'm not seeing no damn cemetery still. Let's keep going.
up there.
Is that the church maybe?
Around the curve. Yep, Mary says
There
you're
it
getting
is.
there.
Maybe I think I'm getting there.
And something, yeah,
There it
something I
is.
wrote down something about 3 stop signs, but I don't know if she was just rambling or if that was truly. There we
No.
go. That's the house they were talking about last night.
Yep. And there's the cemetery.
Okay, yep. Okay, so that's the abandoned house that they were talking about, I believe. Nope, not that one
No,
apparently then.
the abandoned house is way back down there. It's
Yep,
like
it's way back
Oh,
there.
okay. Well, then that must not have been it.
Is this the church right
that's
here?
what I'm looking for.
I think this is the church, y'all.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
it.
There's a cemetery. That's the church.
Okay, so let's see. She said they pulled in across the street. So right here,
Got a pull off. Yeah.
Yep.
right
So
here.
there's the
That's
pull off.
But what highway was that stop sign right there? That or that sign
Up,
that you just went past?
let's
go
go
back a
back.
little bit.
Up, wrong way.
Or what towns or cities did it say it was going toward?
All right, let's see.
All right,
Well,
turn around.
Quit.
Get that car moving.
well,
Me,
this
me
is
and my
like an
sister did this
abandoned.
one day going through all the way through California looking for my other sister.
Okay, right
Yeah, like down
All
there.
right,
Skid
let's
Row.
look,
Let's
zoom
see
in.
what.
Keep
Yep. Let's
going.
see what these roads are.
Right
That's
there.
That's
brother
the
Rain.
Hey,
tree.
there's 88. Look.
To left to 88.
Yep.
Yup.
And then there's 43. So no cities though that it says. Okay.
But that takes you straight to West Virginia.
Does it?
That's what
Which
people were
one?
saying. 88 is West Virginia up and down.
Go look.
Then yep, that's probably what happened then. My guess.
Okay, let's see.
Something happened at the cemetery, got him in the car, went down 88, got in West Virginia.
You are not driving us 55 miles on this Google Earth. Just
No.
figure
No,
that
we
out.
Well, shut up, Crystal. Oh, you're right. I can't be doing all that. That's going to be for a long time. All right, like, how do I get over here now? What do I do? How do I
There you go. Now
take
go
it?
back to the map. Yeah, and type in distance from or somewhere. Type in. Well, you
The
might be able to
route.
find it from here. Yeah, route or type in the address to the
Let's see.
Wheeling, West Virginia location.
Let's see. Share directions. Let's see. Okay.
Or at least, yeah, maybe on a
What's
bigger scale, and we can see.
all right? Now, what is the way? What is the other address?
It's
It's like
42 in Woods.
yeah, something
42
42nd and Woods is the
and
intersection.
Woods, like WODDS,
Yeah.
West Virginia.
Yes, Wheeling, West Virginia.
It's WHEELING.
Is W. Wait, how do you spell Virginia? W. Okay, I got it.
West Virginia.
Yeah,
Wheeling.
it'll pull up.
It didn't pull up. Y'all lied.
WEST.
WESTVIRGINIA.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yes, babe.
42 in Woods.
yeah.
Yeah,
That ain't a place.
42nd Street in Woods.
Hang on. 42. I put and like
ND.
AND.
Yeah, put 42 ND. 42nd.
Oh, 42nd and AND
Yeah.
You could try
Yeah.
4145 Wood Street is where the police were at. 4145 Wood Street.
Look, you got to hold your horses. Let me. Okay. Okay.
She's
40. Wait.
also got a fat baby over there. Don't you have him holding him?
No, I don't. I put him over, but I have my arm right here, so I can't really tap because I got my arm set up with my like thing right here. Okay. 42nd. 41. What? No, what?
41,
41
45 Woods.
41, 45. No, not 44. 45 Woods.
Street.
Okay. Not
You probably
Gorman.
don't have to spell out West Virginia. You can probably just put Wheeling, WV,
Right here.
and that's we'll try to go at it backwards then.
How you
We'll
doing, monsters?
Why ain't
see
it
if we
coming
can
up?
find Highway 88.
It
Google
might
Maps
be.
can't
Make
find
where he
that,
works
Tan.
at.
Let's just take the numbers off and see if we can find that. No, the name.
Just put in Wheeling, West Virginia first.
I
There it
put
is,
Woods
55.
Drive,
Oh, there it
Wheeling.
is, right there.
You got it right there.
Yep, right there. Is there a Highway 88?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Zoom in closer to the route.
What's the highlighted blue area?
It is 70, Highway 70.
Does 88 go into
Go
70?
towards the first location.
Are you on Google
Yep.
Maps?
Go back towards yeah.
This one, right?
No, go back towards Daly, the cemetery.
Oh, okay. This way, I guess.
Yeah.
Right
Okay.
here.
It'd be a right out of there to get onto the highway.
Yep, there
Mm-hmm.
you go. That's exactly what happened then, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
That
Sorry.
is. It's a straight.
So then she took that route, and I bet she now go back to. Sorry, I'm trying not to be bossy. Go
No,
back
you're
to
fine.
Wheeling then,
Yeah, right over here. Mm-hmm.
and I
She took
88
70
guarantee
turns.
you.
straight there.
So 88 turns into 40, according to somebody in chat.
Yeah, yeah. There's 40 right there too. You can see that. I guess it depends on what route you take after 88, I suppose. But
Yeah, because right here's
that.
US 4170. Hang on, let's see. Preview.
So yeah, we
Oh,
would have
we
to
can
see
preview it.
exactly what
Let's see.
highway that is above
Let's
the
not preview
location.
that trip.
Oh, I agree. I'm trying to see where a
Oh, the written, if you write out the directions. Because, girlfriend, if you start taking that cursor down the street and think it, we're
What's going to
taking us on
happen?
a 55 or 50 something minute drive. It'll take you twice that to drive it
Can
with
you
that
can you
mouse.
click? Can you click on your map now? Oh, Lori Ann, I'm not sure if Southern said 8 or 4. I get them all these stories are blending in. I just know I wrote down 88 from the story that Kylie told yesterday. And now we're trying to piece that together because now 88 does somewhat run into there's a highway above where the skull was found. And my theory is that they took 88 to West Virginia because she also mentioned West Virginia yesterday. And there's a highway above where that skull was found. And my theory is that they or she pushed him out of the car and he rolled down that embankment because where the cops were located was in the brush area.
Harmony, when you say glitching, are you talking about looping? Are you hearing us twice?
88 doesn't go directly into Wheeling, but you can go.
$88.
Yeah, I mean, I have it written down on my piece of paper. Up the hill to 88. That's all I heard, or that's what I have written down. Something about 3 stop signs towards the cemetery.
That does not look like Wheeling, Virginia.
Nope.
I'm just throwing that out there.
Let me see if I can do something here.
Some
can y'all hear
monsters, what do
me?
you think?
Oh, there she is.
Okay. Yeah, I'm back. My other phone died. Sorry about that.
No worries.
I had to go get this other one. Okay.
Monsters, what did you learn today that might help us?
I mean, really didn't learn anything new today other than the remains being found and waiting on the investigation to get completed on that. And
Yeah.
that's going to be a waiting game. But thankfully, like I said, if the pictures of the skull that were posted are true pictures of what they found, it has teeth. So that is going to be a lot faster process to do a DNA
Mm-hmm.
than DNA is to do a dental record search. But they're probably going to want a DNA too to compare the two to make sure.
Well, they already have that
And
because of all the time he served, right?
no, I'm talking about the remains that were found. Yes, they have his DNA.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's Matthew yet or not. We still have to check. It'll probably be a good week at least. if
Well,
not
so
longer.
if not longer.
Yeah.
So guess what, y'all? I found out when you get up here to this road right here by this church, right here, you
Uh huh.
take this road. You take this way,
Okay.
and then you take it all the way down to right here.
Can you click on that map right there? Will it take you there in real life? Like, will it show you that road? So click
Yep.
on the purple. Okay, perfect.
Now
Yep.
click on
This
the
is
next
this
spot.
road.
Oh, sweet. Okay. So then drop further down then to West Virginia.
Okay. Yep. Then it comes right here. This road is you're going to come to this little right here,
Intersection.
Perfect.
Yeah,
and then
go
you're
down
gonna.
to West Virginia, babes, like where they found the human remains. Like go all the way down.
Okay. Let's see.
Should take, yeah, if you
Try to
check it.
try to move it so you don't have to go the whole route because we'll be here all night.
Yeah.
I was
That's what
thinking
I
that by
did.
clicking on that part of the map, it would flip you to that, but maybe not.
Okay.
Mind the monster. So, what is there like a relation to that place in Wheeling, West Virginia, that somebody worked there or something?
No, nobody worked there. That was a different place. The place where she worked at, that was in Pennsylvania.
That's
And
what I
the
thought.
tie to it is
Oh, wrong
do
way.
what?
That's what I was thinking. It was some other place in Pennsylvania. What's the tie to it though?
Somebody said it was a
The
sister
tie to
company.
it is a couple of different things. So there Sierra has a family member that lives in Wheeling, and it was supposed to be a friend of a family member's property, and the state police actually did a search, got a faint scent with a cadaver dog, but did not find any remains. And then when Kylie got out of rehab, she had told the family that Matthew's remains were in Wheeling, West Virginia on a piece of property.
Oh, I missed that part.
Who said that? I can't remember. I do remember hearing it now.
Kylie.
Kyler did, yeah. Okay, so then that's my other tie then. All right, because I got 88 out of there and I got West Virginia, but I couldn't remember the connection. I just remember her saying West Virginia.
See, I
Okay,
And
missed
that
that
she
part
had
for some
told her
reason.
family.
try to zoom out, Alabama. Try to get back to West Virginia
Yeah, that's what I'm
and get
doing.
to where that location is
Now might be
without
able to,
going back.
I'm going
now
back
we
this
should,
way.
might be able to type it in now that we kind of see the path, because that was just where I wanted to see where,
Yeah, let's do that.
if it was on the close to it. So it is, so
Yeah,
it'd be on
go
the same
back.
route.
Crystal, it's the
No, damn
Matthew
California,
McDonald.
go away.
And
Uh
let's
oh.
try 4145 Wood Street.
Matthew McDonald case.
No,
Moms.
it was random. It was a random people searching, right?
What I
So the way the remains were found today was it was a father and son that were walking around the area. They initially found the skull first. When they found the skull, they called the law, and when the law got there, they called in investigators, canines, the ME, and the coroner's office, and a
mhm.
drone, and then they ended up finding more remains. The initial article that was put out says that they felt like the other bones that they found were associated with the skull that they found. Now, since then, I guess it's the sheriff, I didn't catch his, has put out an interview saying that they're not speaking on the rest of what was found.
Perfect, right there. So take that road up a little bit.
This way?
Nope, right where your cursor was the first time, right in that little hole area, right?
Right here.
That bit, yep, yep.
Okay.
Take a right, yep. Now, this is a little bit older map, but as you can see all that wooded area right there?
Yeah.
So when I looked at on the news station, they had showed a bunch of pictures of the cops. They were more zoomed in toward the brush and the trees versus at the buildings and at that spot right there.
I remember
They
the
were back
power
here more?
line, that power pole.
So it was close. Yeah, they were, I mean, the picture that I seen, they were directly at a power line, at the base of a power line. But if you look at the top, go to your, well, it'd be my left, as I'm looking at the
Over
screen, the
here?
other way. Nope.
Okay.
Back toward, yep. There's that red building right there. Okay. Right at the top there, do you see the green sign, the green highway sign? I don't know if you can see it. Nope.
Nope. Go back.
Back around toward the back of the building,
Yep. I
toward
went
that tree
more.
line.
Let's see.
Yep, back up there again. There is a highway sign up there.
Yes,
Oh, I
there
see
is.
it
I
right
see it
here.
right there.
Yep. I don't know what it says. I couldn't zoom in far enough. So now I wanted to go back and look to see what highways above there, because when they
It's
did
Highway
the
40. It was on the map briefly when she was scrolling, and that's when I got frustrated with her for going back.
so
But
my
it's
yep, so
40.
It is
or
40.
there
Yep.
or the one above it. I don't know if there's a highway above it, because when they were showing the video on the news, I could see cars going by.
Here, let me go
Yeah,
back and look at
My
this one here.
theory
that's like an interstate, right?
and
An
my theory
interstate
is
sign.
they stopped, rolled him out of the trunk, and he rolled down through that brush, because where those cops were standing was in the brush.
It's actually Highway 470.
Well, there's the four then that somebody brought up that Southern said.
Let's see. Let me click right here.
And you can't really go back further on that road because it's blocked off. There's a bunch of fencing back there.
Do you
Let's look.
think they actually possibly after was this placed here back 3 years ago, or is this something you guys
I
feel that they took out of a duffel bag and threw it out there last night? I mean,
Possibly. I mean, either that or she went back and moved it, like maybe figured out. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe there's some other piece of evidence that she's had. I went, that'd be awful stinky though. That's a guess. That's just my
Sounds
theory,
like
because I couldn't make any other sense out of it. Piecing everything together about West Virginia, about Highway 88, about a possible fight that she got into. Again, my theory was I think she possibly hit him with their car, ran him over, or he OD'd. And she doesn't want to get in trouble for the OD. And that's why she said earlier in that conversation, she didn't want to incriminate herself.
Yep, I do
So
remember.
those are my two theories.
Zoom out, Alabama, real quick. Just zoom out a little bit.
Okay.
and a partridge in a pear tree.
Right
Because
here
he's
it is.
only he's only 2 blocks from the river too, or
40
that
is
school.
right there. 40
Yep.
combines into 470, and 40 was the direct path that they were on. That was the other route.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So 88 to 40 and then 40 to that, possibly. And that's is all possibly. This is just my theory. It's speculation. I don't know anything else, but I couldn't make any other sense of it, if that is even his skull or his remains. But it did make sense to me, and it pieced all together for me.
Yeah, because right here's 70, and it goes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And
So
right.
there's either two roads. There's either a top road or a bottom road, and it made more sense to me. I guess I'd have to physically, I mean, not physically, but get a closer look at the two pictures at the top road and the bottom road to determine. But that was my theory, is that they pushed him out and he rolled down the embankment into the brush.
Yeah, Carla, she
Exactly.
said there would be no way
Possible.
she passed a polygraph test.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Mind the Monsters, are we missing something?
Are
what
we?
do you mean? Are you missing
Are
something,
we?
love?
Exactly. And when
Is that
she talked about the curve, and then she talked about running her car off a cliff, and then I mean, that's what I'm saying. When you guys listen to these, you have to listen, just let them talk. Don't ask so many questions at the beginning, just let them talk. And then you can go back and piece in the pieces, because like you said, they're at the car on the cliff, and with every little piece of information they get, generally it's a piece of factual or a piece of evidence.
well? We have a good narrator here for us. Is she getting it pretty clear cut?
Well, moms, what are your theories? I want to hear your thoughts on all this.
My thoughts on it, in my personal opinion,
Yeah.
she was the last person that seen him. Nobody seen him after that. And you always start with the last person that seen him. I think it's very odd that out of nowhere there came this new person that nobody had heard about up until the other night when she was on our lives.
Uh huh.
Um,
Nate?
I believe that's very odd that he all of a sudden popped up in the picture. And it's also very odd that your person that you love so much that you bust out in tears whenever you talk about the last time you seen him.
Mm-hmm.
It is missing and has been missing for 3 years, and yet you hooked up with his side chick the same night he went missing.
And burned
Um,
his clothes.
She said she
Either
didn't
burned
burn
them
her.
or
She
thrown
just
them
said
in
she
the
put them in the
dumpster.
dumpster.
But she had
Yeah, look,
originally,
same thing.
the story was originally that she'd burn them. Now she put them in the dumpster. So I don't, when she talks, she sounds like she's buffering. It's the same thing over and over again, all in circles. So within every lie, there's a piece of truth. It's just picking out which
Mm-hmm.
parts are truth
Yep.
and which parts are lies.
And in
I
her
did get
I
opinion,
agree.
which
confused on
part?
a point. How did Brittany and Nate come into the story? I think I heard bits and pieces, but with her twisting and turning, I kind of got, yeah, all over
Drug
the place.
dealers.
Yeah,
So Brittany is the house that allegedly they had set up a robbery at, and she's also a rug connect. And
Mm-hmm.
then Nate is a friend that she apparently went and picked up the night Sierra was smushing.
That cracks me up. I've
Also
never
said
heard of
that
that word
Nate and
We
before.
Brittany
found
were
that
together.
sign. Good work. She walked us all the way up there and found that sign
I'm
we were
telling
talking.
you, she can drive us. So we drove downtown Los Angeles looking for where our sister might be.
Listen,
Because
I
we
got
were
a
drunk
question.
by the time we got done.
So
Which
there's the embankment part that I came
where
up with.
which way
So
is
I
coming
don't
from
know.
which way is coming from there though? Like that's gonna be the problem. If you're coming on this side of the road, you wouldn't be
There's the
running.
guardrails that Southern was talking about too.
So which
yeah,
side you
but
come?
what she's saying is if you're coming down from Pennsylvania, you're going to be on the right side of the road. So how would you get to the left side unless you got off and then loop back around?
She could have got off the exit and came back, or headed back towards home. I don't know. That was just my theory. I have no idea. Like I
Yeah,
said, I did.
want to dig deeper on it. I just want to, this is what I do.
Yep,
Is
this is
that
Random
the
what
high?
you
actor,
Is
do.
that the building right there?
Yep,
which
right here.
parts do you find the most believable?
Moms.
Right here.
There it is, right there.
Moms, which part do you find the most believable?
I believe that she is one of the last persons to ever see him when he was still here with her.
Do you think she had somebody with her when she left the cemetery, or when actually even going to the cemetery?
I don't even know for sure he was ever at that cemetery, because if you look back and remember what Sam originally said, and what we talked about in the first night that she came up on my live, was that he was never seen on CCTV footage, only her at the church and the cemetery.
That's
So
the
other than her word and saying that is the last place she's seen him get out of the car, that's it.
That
That's
was
it.
my
There was
question
an
well.
earlier.
there was a trained, uncertified canine dog up around the church and the cemetery that led down to the second cemetery. And it ended right there at the four-way. But other than
So
that,
here's
I mean,
Where did they see her car at the cemetery?
They seen her there too, at
Well,
the
no,
church.
yeah, but that doesn't. I mean,
I'm talking about earlier.
was it a quick view? Was it a period? Was she walking around? What was she doing on the video? I guess that would be my other
he
question.
broke into the church.
So they seen her physically walking from her car going to the church.
Yes.
Yeah, that was my question earlier.
And
Is if they
breaking in.
seen
so
if
And
they
they
seen
here's the
her.
question I've
car.
got. Since there is no detective working this case, and you guys were following this a couple of nights before she came in with Sam, what did we ever find out was Sierra what was it, Brittany and Nate? Were any of these people questioned?
Allegedly.
And the reason I'm saying is the
Kylie was
Sam would know.
questioned.
I just don't think this is him, y'all. I just
Kylie was questioned.
Wait, what was
Mom,
that,
do we have
Moms?
any pictures of him smiling with like showing his teeth? Because all the pictures I see, his mouth is closed, and I just was wondering if anybody did like a side by side with the pictures
Yes,
of
Carrie.
them.
She did talk
Wait,
about a bridge. Talked about a bridge.
Mom,
Talked about West Virginia. Talked about 88.
Moms, what'd you just say about them being questioned?
The only one I know of that I have heard confirmation that was taken in and questioned was was Kylie. She was questioned for 4 hours and nothing came out of it except a local rug bust. Now, you have to keep in mind that these investigators, law enforcement, will not communicate with the family and has not communicated with the family from the beginning. They can't even get a phone call back. So that's the reason why we're working in the
Yeah,
background on what we're working on, try to see what we can't get for the family.
gotcha. Yeah, but that it's just crazy how we don't even have a detective out there working on an open case.
It's because he's
No.
missing. That's all.
The detective, instead of working the case, decided to add Sam on Snapchat and have inappropriate conversation with her.
Who did?
The detective, the original detective on his case.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes me so angry.
And Sierra has gotten off all social media. Am I correct about that, or it's because somebody I heard somebody say that she shut all of her accounts down?
I didn't know she had one.
She could be. I believe either she's still incarcerated or has recently been incarcerated. I don't know if she's out or not yet,
I could look
but
her up
she
real
has
quick.
been in
Anybody
and
know
out
her
of
last name?
incarceration. She has been in and out of incarceration since this took place.
Do you know her last name?
Yeah, it's in my notes over on my desk somewhere.
Uh, I can look her up online.
Yeah, we
I'm
the
kind of
reason
scared to look. They probably all have SO behind their names too.
and how we even got here tonight, Monster, was after reviewing your overnight madness last night.
Reviewing the overnight madness.
Yeah, the overnight uh, thing you have
You're
uploaded from
live,
last night.
Riley.
Yeah, the live from last night.
I don't have it uploaded yet. I don't
Drama
know why
talk.
it downloaded to my phone. Drama Talk had it.
Yeah, she did. We
It'll
love
be
her.
on. Yeah, she's been coming in chat for a couple of nights now. I was honored to see her in there.
Thank you,
Um,
Texas lady. Sierra
I'm gonna
Taylor.
have it on my YT, and what I've got the original interview with Sam Sunday night on there, and then I'm gonna put that one on there, and then I'm just gonna compile a playlist with any other videos or anything that I've done on him, so they're all in the same place.
So we're debating: should we start calling Dora Nora?
Calling her what?
Anyone?
When she called, when she got annoyed with Dora last night, she said,
Oh,
"Now listen here, Nora."
yeah, and I don't tolerate that type of behavior, so
Now there's a
I had
few
to do my best not
times
to lose my
I
temper.
could see some tongue biting.
Oh my God,
Yeah,
I put in
there you
Ohio.
go.
Jesus.
Have a family on panel. You don't come up there acting like a fool. I don't care if you're a person of interest or freaking the governor. I don't care who you are. You don't come up there and act like that with a family on the panel.
Yeah.
And there's no reason to be disrespectful when we're all adults. I don't allow disrespectful in the chat. I'm damn sure not going to allow it on panel.
I just don't think her mind is really fully still there, honestly.
Okay, Sierra Taylor. She's 31. She was in Fayette County Prison. She was transferred to another facility. Looks like she might be. I don't. Let me click on this. I want to get details first on them. April.
Wendy, his mother, Sam and Matthew's mother spoke to the foreman of the job site, and he confirmed that he was there at work that day. And he also confirmed that there was a phone call made roughly about 2:30 in the afternoon where Matthew had tried to get his check for the day of work that he did.
This gal's been arrested a few times. So in April, She is booked to March 21st of 2025. She was in custody status date of April 17th of 2025. She was transferred. Then she got out of custody on, oh good
So
God,
somebody
there's
said
another
she's
one.
not in custody at the moment. She saw pictures
Correct.
at Christmas.
Yeah. So she was in jail for quite, well, I would consider it quite a long time, from August 21st of 2024 to April 21st of 2025. Go to records detail. Go to records detail. It doesn't say they're
That's what
closed
I was saying.
cases, though. That's weird.
She's a frequent flyer, so I can't tell you whether or not she's made herself back to the no-tell hotel or not.
Go to record detail. So it looks like she got out in April of 2025 and went in August of 2024. So this is, doesn't say for what. Generally, it tells me what it's for, but
So she basically did 8 months.
yeah.
Hey,
Looks like
Mom.
she's on probation still, possibly.
Hey, Moms. I know it was all over the place, but do you have how the phone situation went that day?
Oh my lord. So let me think. So she took him to work. We know that whole story, the trunk and all that stuff. He called her freaking out. By her story, he had his boss's phone. When she picked him up, his phone was at the job site, hanging off of a charger at the job site.
Mm-hmm.
When they got to the church slash cemetery, there was some kind of realization that it wasn't his phone, it was his boss's phone. So he got out at the cemetery and he went back and swapped out the boss's phone for his phone. And then we
Co-worker's
ended up
phone is what
finding
I
out
have written.
last night. Do what?
I think it was a co-worker's phone versus his boss's phone.
No, it was the foreman, the boss, the head guy's phone.
Yeah, that's
And
what they said. They called him both. They called him a worker once and then a boss.
yeah,
She
Yeah.
called him both.
I
yeah,
have
boss,
co-worker's phone.
foreman,
Came into the car with a co-worker's
coworker.
phone and then called Kevin for his check.
But
That's
Yeah,
what I have
it was.
written down, but
She did call him a coworker one time, but then she called him the boss another time.
who
A
knows?
foreman. Eh,
that's why I said the boss, foreman, coworker. Who the hell knows what this guy does? But then we found out last night when Sam's mom was in Sam's box on the phone with her that this boss guy said at 2:30 that he got a phone call from Matthew asking for his pay for the day. And the family had the phone for a very limited period of time before it was turned into law enforcement. And there is a call log that shows at 2:30 a call was made from his phone to the man that he got his pay that he would have been paid by.
Hmm. Yeah, there's two Bens. One's a Ben friend that got out of rehab, and the other Ben is a coworker whose phone he had. And then Kevin is the boss,
Yeah.
I believe. Boss foreman
Kevin's the
slash.
guy that signs the check.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So I'm sorry. I had to walk away to put laundry in the dryer. So do you think, mind the monsters? Do you think this is him? In your professional opinion?
It could very well be him. It could very well be him. I mean, one part of me wants it to be him so Sam and her mom and the family get closure and an actual investigation can be done. And then another part of me says if it's not him, then at least another family gets closure and finds out where their loved one is or what happened to their loved one.
I agree.
Now, I was advised by a local tonight that this area where the remains were found is not a good area. It is a well known, not good area to be after dark.
Yep, that's what I was about to
So
say.
that
Hence, maybe why they were there in that area.
There's been 3 bodies located around that center, around that area. Like 3. So that's, in my opinion, that leads me to believe that it is the area. You know what I'm saying?
So
Mm-hmm.
you're trying to
Not
tell me it's the train station in Yellowstone.
for that area, but I don't think that this is him. I just don't. I don't know why. I just know myself. Like when I used to do substances, like I know that it's not that big of a deal to normal people, but 55 minutes is a long drive. Like if you don't have money, like I've been so broke before that I literally stole 3 things from Dollar Tree and went to jail for it. Okay, like from Dollar Tree, they were $3 and went to jail for it.
Yeah. But
I
if
agree, but I don't know. I just keep putting the pieces and whatever words came out of her mouth, I was piecing them together. I could be
that would
totally
be an
wrong.
hour drive, and so an hour drive, that'd be like going across town. I mean, if they were on rugs, it's not going to take a full gas tank to get over there.
Oh, heck no.
Yeah, but
No.
if you're also on rugs, okay, like listen, just hear me out on this too. Especially the METH. Do you know how long it would have for real took them to go from A to B? Like my sister will tell me she's on her way here one day and I won't see her for the next week. Like they get lost. I can't tell you why, but they do. They forget
Oh,
what
they
they're
do.
doing.
Yeah, tweaker time
They
is definitely a
wonder.
real thing.
Yes, it
Right.
is.
They don't know any different. It all blends together. They're on their
Like
own time and their own mind.
yes, like that when she's talking about multiple days. Truth is that's because one day they were supposed to go somewhere and then they didn't make it till the next day. So to them it's still the same exact day. It would have
Yep.
took a long time for 55 miles for them to get there. They would have had multiple stops, forgot where they were going, visited somebody else, and then finally made it there.
Well, it
That's
looks like
It
it's a pretty straight
on it at
highway.
the time, because if something happened, they might not even been on it or coming down from it.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just my theory.
I think
Nobody has to believe it, but
no, I get what you're saying. Just from somebody that is like lived that life, I know that it
Yes,
sounds crazy
Cherry.
because it's just
They
55 miles,
definitely.
but it's not just 55 miles to us. Like it's like a whole fucking day's drive.
Right, but Cherry, like Cherry just said, they get stuck. They really do.
Yes, they do.
mm-hmm.
They get stuck where they're going. Yes. And then something happens and then I'm on my way. I'm on my way, even though you won't see them until till the next 3 or 4 days later.
Not if they're on a major mission though, like a deceased
Yeah.
body.
That
For
could
They're
be
gonna
those
get
in
there as
the
fast as
chat,
they
and
can.
it sorry, Angie. For those in the chat, yes, the person that stumbled upon it did post pictures of it. They shouldn't have. It was wrong, but yes, they did.
Someone down in the chat a few minutes ago said that Matt had bad teeth. I don't
yeah,
know.
that
I
is
don't.
true.
Okay, so if this Skeletor has a full set of teeth, that would almost determine automatically it's probably not him. But we haven't seen that.
Well, Sam did say that. She said that when he was incarcerated, that he had multiple teeth problems because he didn't get dental care for the 10 years he was incarcerated.
Gotcha.
Like it was kind of a big deal, and so I've thought that too. Like they keep saying that had this the skeleton had like good teeth. I I don't know. I just don't know. I feel like that it's just almost like a coincidence that so many bodies has been found at this location, and I do think that it's like hopefulness on one degree because you want closure, but I don't think that this is the closure.
Well,
I can't
yeah,
help it.
yeah, somebody's going to. Some family is going to get closure, as you know.
That's
Yeah,
right. Yep.
But we're not sure it's going to be this family.
that's what I mean.
And some people are looking at my account over here kind of like it's strange. I'm sure because if you guys don't know, I'm using this one now in the community. I'm saving my other profile because it has been bananaed, and this is where I'm going to be when we're talking crime stories. But I'm Pappy in the house over here under Storm,
I
and
just
I'm
followed you, Pappy.
and
And I
I'm going to remain when we're talking cases in this account. So
Yeah, so we don't get in trouble no more. But I also have another thing. Okay, like when I'm looking at that area, it looks like that is like a populated area, and by like I can't say for sure, but by looking at the houses, it kind of looks like a rundown neighborhood. Okay, like maybe high crime rate, maybe
Well,
homeless
Alabama,
people.
they're old. If you look at the news story, the Google pics are old. It's been someone bought it and turned it into a I can't think of the name, but there's trucks there now. It's changed.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, then that is a different story then, because the pictures I'm looking at, it looks like Birmingham, Alabama, and if
They're pictures. They're the Google Maps. Google Maps are old.
okay,
Yeah, because they Google Map about they update about every 2 years, 2 to 3 years. So what's there now, or what you're seeing on the Google Map, could have been done 2.5 years ago.
how far is South Wheeling from California, PA? It's 50. I don't know about California, PA. I know about the address I had is 55 miles.
It's an hour from California to Wheeling.
Yeah, Panhandle is the new company. We saw that in those photos that when they were investigating there today on news.
Yeah, Reverend, we did see that the fenced area is, but my theory was again coming from the highway up above the business and between the embankment from the business to the highway. That's kind of the area where I believe the skull was found, according to the pictures from the news.
And who knows if they've found so many bodies there recently, they could also one of them be him. But we're not sure if this one they found today is.
Right, right. A skull and body remains were found in West Virginia. We don't know whose they belong to and probably won't find out for at least a week and possibly longer. So we are hopeful. I mean, I guess, how do you want to say it? Not in a, to bring peace to the family, we're hoping that it is one of Matthew McDonald, but we don't know. And I was just sharing my theory.
Yeah.
Chris, are you still in here? If you're
And
in
some
here,
of the
chat.
and some of the reason how I came up with my theory is because in the communication that Kylie shared yesterday, she'd mentioned West Virginia, she'd mentioned Highway 88, she'd mentioned a curve, she'd mentioned going off on a cliff or an embankment type situation, and we just have more people in here, so that's why I'm repeating this. So that's my theory. And yeah, you get up in every lie, there's always a little bit of truth in there somewhere.
I do agree.
And your timeline was point on, I have to say, Ange.
It was.
Yeah, I was I don't know if you were in here, Mind Monsters, but I had not heard her story before, Kylie's story from the beginning until yesterday or late at night yesterday. So what I was piecing together, I just wrote down as much as I could and had to go back and piece in or try to piece in. So I was telling people I think it became overly confusing when she went backwards instead of kept with her timeline and went forward, because people were asking questions about the day before and what happened before that. And I think that was throwing people off along with her communication abilities.
It was definitely throwing me off. So I think you did a good job. And
Yeah,
it might not be completely accurate, but it's
right.
a whole lot better than what we had. I felt she was presenting.
Thank you, because I'm like I sadly understand her, or am following at least a little bit. So some of my things are off because again she changed them so many times. So
Hey, mind the
yeah.
monsters. Did you get that? Did you get one of those today in your in your inbox like the rest of us?
No, ma'am.
Well, that ain't
Oh,
right.
dang it. We got
She didn't
one.
cover Adrian's case, babes. That's why. But
Oh,
moms, I did have a question for you about Matthew. When it came to Kylie, has anyone, Sierra and Nate, have reached out to Sam
Since when?
since he went missing?
They've talked to Kylie, And I don't remember about the other two. I want to say Sierra's never reached out, but don't quote me on that.
I want
And
to
then I'm
say
not sure
that
if
About reaching out
she
to TikTok?
tried to talk to Sierra, but Sierra wouldn't talk to her.
I think that's what I heard.
Sierra, I can pretty much say that no, because they've tried. And then Nate, I'm not sure about.
I'm sure they're probably on rugs and probably have no interest in TikTok, would be my guess. But then again, you got Courtney, so. But anyway, I think I'll hop down. I don't really have much else that I can think of. Somebody did mention in the chat, the Sunshine mentioned in the chat that there is a cliff in the back of the cemetery with a river below it. So that could also be part of the embankment or the cliff reference.
Okay.
Do you know if Sam has, did they go looking, searching today?
Sam was on my live. I don't even remember what time she got off, but she did. She took a social media break from TikTok for the rest of the day today.
Oh, bless
And
her.
unless it was something pressing or important, I've not been messaging her because I want her to be able to take those mental health breaks because
Absolutely.
he's been missing for 3 years and nobody has ever helped. Nobody has ever asked her to come on and do an interview or nothing like that. So this started on Sunday and she's been nonstop every day since. So I really
Yeah,
want her to be able to enjoy time with her babies and breathe for a night.
absolutely. It's a lot. It's a lot to take in. Social media in general is just a lot, let alone a missing person. And then possibly remains today. So I totally understand that. Yeah, and a new baby too, isn't it?
Yeah, she had a baby right after Matthew went missing and now she has another little one.
Yeah. Yeah, and mom seems so pleasant as well.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
And what is her mom's name? Does she have her own TikTok?
No, she just she
She's
does
with
have a
Sam, right?
TikTok. It's just under Anne. I think it's just
Okay.
under Anne.
Okay. Oh. Yeah, but anyway, okay. Well, that I just wanted to give my thoughts and check it out since we got a lot of people in here since then, so that's good for you, Alabama.
Thank you, Angie.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna hop down so I can go to bed. Oh, I'm an hour before my bedtime.
Girl,
I
I
think I've
don't
been up
care.
all week
It's
till 2 or 3 in the morning, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
yeah.
But anyway, have a good night.
Thank you for
Thank
coming up.
you.
Have a good one.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
There was I found out this morning that when I was trying to take a nap, my sister called me a little boy that was 2 years old. They're saying it was accidental. Found a GUN and pulled the trigger and did it in his head. And he was passed away at the hospital. And I'm trying to find out who it is because we all know everybody in this small town. Like the town that I'm in is very tiny. And I'm like, oh my God, who is this? And I cannot
Oh,
find out.
oh, babes.
Yeah, so I've been like worried about it all day long. Like, I know it's going to be somebody that I know because we are in such a small town. I just haven't found out who.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be released when they're ready to post about it. But moms, I did have a question for you. Did they post a timestamp of when she was seen on camera?
No, I don't think there's a timestamp posted. I want to say Sam mentioned what time it was. I would have to
I
go
thought they
back and
took
listen to
about
the
2
first interview
p.m.
with her.
2 p.m. clicked in when I think was supposed to be caught on camera.
Yeah, it was like 1:30, 2:30, something like that, but I don't
How far
remember
is the church
exactly.
from his job site? Do you know?
What did she say it took? God, she talks in circles. I want to say it was like 15, 20 minutes, maybe.
I'm thinking 15. because of how many circles and how many different numbers and how many different avenues she went down. It's hard to. And then
Yeah.
see, True Tatted says 5. Jen says 10.
So I say somewhere between 10 to 20 minutes.
So she's seen at the church around 2ish by herself, but then 2:30 she was with him and there was a phone call to the job site. But she was
Yeah. And,
also there to pick up her child from the bus.
right. And she stood 10 toes down last night that he never called his boss. I don't think she realized she had to have logged out of Schmurder's live last night and not heard what was said after she dropped down off panel. Because that was stated by Sam and his mom.
It sounds like they get quickly from point A to point
Because
B
she was
without
kind of,
side stops.
yeah, she was kind of thrown off when that was brought up last night.
Dad picked up the child. That's what
She
they.
changed it on Smurder's live. She said Dad picked her up, and then she changed it to I was there to pick her up.
Yep. Because I specifically, when I ask questions, I ask direct questions. I don't ask questions where you have open ended answers. I want a direct answer to a direct question. And I asked her, and she said that her daughter rides the bus. It's my old man, Lynn. I'm away from my desk. My back is killing me, and I had to get out of that chair for a minute. Unaliven me. We love the TikTok shop.
I love it.
Yeah, I love my chair, and it has all the things in it. You can plug it in, and it does all the things. But after hours and hours of being in it, I can't stand to be in it anymore.
As many hours as you are in it, it's a wonder you're not glued to it.
Angie, I knew
Well,
you could.
see, this is the
Well, I just went to Kylie's page and she responded, and maybe somebody's seen this, I haven't. She responded to Dora's comment, which Dora said something about, you know, something, please just tell us. Not in so many words. Those were not the exact words, but in so many words. And then somebody else commented and said, oh, just checking on you today, Kylie. Hope you're doing okay. Just wondering if you heard about the bones that were found today or something. And her only response was, what time?
What
So I just thought
time?
that was interesting. Like,
What?
what time were they found?
That would have been my
what the hell
word.
difference does it make what time?
Oh my
Well,
god.
that again.
Mm.
So just thought that was interesting.
Oh my god. I cannot with that woman. God dang it. You just can't even give her the fucking benefit of the doubt because she just is so stupid sometimes. Like you should have been like, oh my god, like I don't know. I don't know what you should have said, but that's not it.
Yeah, and that's just 2 words. What time? So I just thought that was interesting.
Wow.
All
It
right,
was
I
interesting.
promise
Thank you.
I'm leaving this time.
Maybe she was trying to
Bye.
figure out.
Bye.
Maybe she was trying to figure out how long it took her to get back home.
I have a nosy question. So, what did anybody ever contact Kristen about the gifts that were left in inboxes
Oh,
today?
she read it off about
Oh
10
yeah.
times. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. I did. We did.
Yeah.
She says she's doing good. She got 2 in 1 week.
Oh, what? And
Yeah.
I can't even get one.
I know,
Girl, I
right?
will send you mine. Listen, I was so proud of that. You have no idea. They do
I'm
not know
proud of
me.
mine.
Did you just say you're proud?
I am so
So
proud.
proud.
Sarah said she was going to like Dollar General to get her frame for hers.
Girl, I'm framing mine too. What you talking about? Like I have went and bragged to
Oh my
everybody I
lord.
know.
It's
The
gonna be my
YT done
profile
got to you,
picture.
girl.
It's so gonna be my profile picture, bet.
I think we
Mary
counted up
Sue
at
got one
least
too.
10 was sent. At least 10.
She thought that she
Here,
was
I was
gonna
excited about making it to I got all excited and, I was just giddy. Ran over and told Craig I finally made it on a clip channel and you over here having a party because you got a C&D.
I was, girl. I
I
was
love
wild
y'all.
out. I was
Look,
like,
Alabama, you done made the big times now.
I know, girl, right? Like, you really gonna listen? Out of all those people you could have sent that to, you chose me. She does not know what she has done. I'm not scared. I am thrilled. Like, I've been wanting one of these. I begged for BJ to send one, and she
I
didn't.
can't with you. I can't with you.
That is factual.
Oh, Lord.
Like, listen, when BJ over there on YT was sending all her C and D's and paid $8,000 for those two, I was really let down that I didn't get mine. I was like looking in the mail every day, waiting for somebody to show up to subpoena me because I really pissed her off. She didn't send me
Hold
one,
on,
and I
hold
was
on.
pissed.
Hey, Southern.
Did anyone hear this? Don't forget Kylie said she wants to be the Black Widow of that county.
What?
Yes, that's what she told Sam.
No, it didn't scare me, girl. It excited me. I was so thrilled. That is
When did she
crazy shit
tell
there,
her
though.
this?
Who says that?
When did she tell her this?
I would have to go back and listen.
The Black Widow of the County.
Yeah, Sam said that when she was first telling all of us the story, Matthew's story. And then if you go back and watch Sam's videos, she says it in her videos that Kylie said that she wants to be the Black Widow of whatever county that this is. And then I think it was before he went missing.
Wow.
Washington County. Yeah, if you haven't went and watched Sam's videos, you really should, man. She has done phenomenal videos. I mean, almost every day she has posted something.
Now, the more I hear about Kylie, the more red flags just keep flying everywhere.
Yeah,
Girl, I
this is
got
the
a whole
same
Home
person
Depot
that
bin of
posted
red
what
flags.
time.
A whole Home Depot bin of red flags done started over here.
And if anybody wants to know, like, her and Sierra's TikToks, if you go onto Sam's page and you watch, she actually tags both of them in videos. She actually has a stitch, is that what it's called? Video that
Yes.
Kylie had done to her, or that Sam had done to Kylie, or something like that. But and then on Facebook, she actually or Book of Faces. Dang it, I did it again. The post on Book of Faces, she actually tags their Book of Faces accounts in the videos. So,
Wow.
yep.
Yeah, we were rewatching the Snapchat videos today, and the way that they looked each other, and the one where she's laying in her lap with Sierra, it didn't even really look like she was too messed up in that moment, honestly.
It sounded like she was more on alcohol than anything.
Yeah.
Like she had too much to drink. I'm still held up on the fact that um, she was said that she came to while she was driving. I'm hung up on that part. Like I don't understand how she was
With the little one in the back.
GHB'd and then yeah, and she was driving. I just don't get that part.
But she doesn't remember anything because she was on drugs. It's just 2 and 2 is not adding up.
And I'm be afraid to even see her try to use a calculator. But for somebody to come back and respond, what time did they find the body? That's sticking with me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tired.
No, you're not. I'm listening. I'm sorry. I was trying to find out about this kid.
We know her. Moms, I did have one other question. I know there was a question on their relationship with each other. How did Sierra and Kylie meet? How long were they knowing each other?
So allegedly, the night that he went missing, and Kylie went back to look for him, allegedly at the cemetery, she had his phone, so she went home, went through his phone, and found Sierra's name in his phone under a dude's name, contacted Sierra, and they hooked up that night.
And then she was there through the 11th, and then she took Sierra home.
She never gave a straight answer. So it was they partied through the night to the next day, and then she took her home, and then it was they partied and went to a party and then went back to her house, and then somewhere in between there, who knows, 24, 72, however many hours, and then she took her home, and then they had a second encounter later on, and Kylie had tried to steal Matthew's phone back from Sierra.
And Nate was with them that night, right?
Yes, because she said, let me see if I can get it straight how she said it. So they had went to the party, they had or went to party or whatever with people, and then they'd went back to her house, and she left, and she, being Kylie, left her daughter with Sierra and went and got Nate, and she doesn't know why and can't remember why she went and got Nate, and then he came back to the house and witnessed the smushies.
Wow. But this was after all this happened after the fact that Matthew had already supposedly went missing.
Yes, the same night and following days after. And full credit for smushing goes to Schmurder by Nature, y'all. I have officially fell in love with that word.
And then when she said she had gotten her lick in,
She said literally, figuratively, and physically, and that are her words.
Thank y'all.
got her lick in.
Yep.
And there was another point that she had to call AAA, pay them $80 to get her key out of the car. And then there was, if we listen close, I feel that she said paid them to take him away.
What kind of car does she drive?
Chrysler 300.
Am I right about that, monsters? Did you hear that?
It was something about her key fob was in the trunk of the car, and she had to call AAA, and then he was freaking out, so she paid somebody, I think it was $80
Yeah, it was
to
80
come
bucks
and get him.
to get him out of there. I think
Yeah.
that's how she worded it.
Yep. But we never got a true timeline on when the hell that was supposed to happen. It was just a random story that she threw in the middle
Yep.
of a question that didn't have a damn thing to do with her key fob being in the trunk of her car.
And I'm telling you now, if you call a key master, it's going to cost more than $80 to get the key out. It's also going to, maybe gas money to haul away something else, which might have been the $80. Because my stepdaughter used to lock her key in there all the time. And
You're looking at hundreds. I've done it.
yeah, a couple of $100.
So if her car was keyless entry, meaning she would have just a button on her door handle, even with the key fob being in the trunk, she would still be able to unlock her door.
Yes, you
With
can. As long as it's in the car, you can unlock it with a key fob. I've done it.
Yeah,
unless it's an older car. I'm not sure what year the car is, but I know some of the cars that I used to drive. If you lock the key in the trunk, you're screwed. And that's another thing. She had to call AAA, and she said that for like 3 times. I would like to call AAA to find out if there was a receipt, what time, date, and everything on that.
Well, and she's got so many damn stories. I can't help but wonder when the 4 hours that was she was questioned, did they ever ask that, or did she ever volunteer that information?
Right. And then apparently at Britt's place, there was pew pews going off at Matthew.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why was the key fob in the trunk to begin with?
Good question.
That's a very good question. I mean, I've locked my keys in my car, but I have never in all my years locked my keys in the damn trunk.
well, I just Googled it, and older Chrysler 300s, roughly 2005 to 2010, use a remote key fob, meaning that you don't have to actually have a key.
Gotcha.
In my
So,
2004 Nissan, I would leave, if you left that key in that car, it either wouldn't lock or it would be able to pull right open.
so even with it, even if she had her key fob in the trunk and the trunk was closed, because it would still send signal to the door, she would still be able to push the button on the side of her door and unlock her door.
I had a husband getting ready to deploy and a small child.
And wouldn't there be a timestamp on that AAA when it came out? Because I know when I called AAA, it gives me a text message with an update.
Absolutely. It would
Oh yeah, there'd be a
absolutely.
ticket and everything.
She would
There'd be a
have a
call
paper or
log.
something.
That's what I'm saying. If someone
Hmm.
was able to
There would be a
contact
call log.
AAA, there would be a call log.
What was that, Moms?
There would be a call log, and there would be a ticket. And there would be several copies of that ticket because whoever responded to the call would have their own ticket for their own records to show their time and what they did for service calls that day. And AAA is going to have a record of it too.
Because that's how they get paid.
Mm-hmm. Because most of those guys are contracted. I mean, in all the years we've used AAA, I think I've seen one actual truck show up with AAA on the side of it, and it was in Daytona. I mean, they might have the little bitty sticker, but I'm talking about like the big, like an official AAA big magnet on the side of it one time, and I've used them many, many a times because I was the world's worst about flat tires and locking and putting my keys in my lap, grabbing my phone, my cup, all my stuff, getting out, and my keys go through my legs and end up my seat, and I'm on the outside of the car.
Well, Ryan, I understand what you're saying. AAA doesn't charge you for that, though. I understand that. But if she called AAA, there would still be a timestamp, call log, and everything else on the actual being there, like she said they were. The $80, I think, went to someone else to help move an object for gas money or whatever to get rid of.
Yeah, because they said come to transport him.
Right.
I
But
don't know if anybody
you
ever
still
checked
have
with
to have,
AAA.
yeah, the AAA still has to be logged somehow.
Yeah, because the guys that they use are contracted.
Yeah.
You got to think AAA is a national company. So if they're based out of, hell, I don't know, Lexington, Kentucky, and you have a flat tire in Paducah, they're not going to send somebody from Lexington to come do your tire. They're going to call a local guy that's contracted with them. You're going to wait 4.5 hours, and then they're going to show up.
Yeah, and somebody had to sign for it because AAA could say, well, we went on 25 things. Well, that customer that they went to take care of has to sign. And I'm curious to who signed for that AAA.
Yep, you do have to sign. I didn't even think about that. Yep, you do have to sign. And some of them will make you show your AAA card. Some of them don't, but some of them will too.
Yeah, they do. I had to call a few times. But my question is, does AAA do locksmith repairs or fixes, or would you have to call a separate company?
No, they have contracted locksmith.
Yeah.
AAA they'll do a lot of things for you. I think like some of the plans you can get, they'll bring you a battery once every 12 months.
So in California, Pennsylvania, there is one AAA contracted towing service, and it's called East Main Service Towing and Recovery.
Heather Mack says her husband used to be a AAA locksmith.
I think that'd be a good place to start.
Well, I think so too. And like I said, I can't help Pappy but wonder, does law enforcement know about this AAA call?
Exactly. Because if they pop that trunk, they would be witness to something in that trunk.
Especially if it's a limited number of contracted, maybe you can even call around to the contracted to see if who was there that day, if they were there.
She was by herself, supposedly, correct? Or he was with her?
No, he was with her.
Okay, so somebody, and I know this from experience, when you call the tow truck for AAA, even if it's just to help with, put gas in your vehicle, whoever the AAA's membership belongs to has to be there with that vehicle. It just can't be anybody calling AAA.
Yes, ma'am.
Facts. Dear Crown, what you watching in the background?
Oh, Dog the Bounty Hunter. I know it's so loud. True crime. I gotta watch Dog the Bounty Hunter.
You just like his blonde hair.
Southern, the car was processed by law enforcement. Her car was. When they got his phone, they were something in his phone that they will not disclose to the family, give them a reason and probable cause to get a search warrant. And they did tow her car and they searched her car. And that is when the cadaver dog hit on Matthew's scent in the trunk of the car.
Everybody said her dad was with her and yelled at her the whole time.
It's an open case. You can definitely try to FOIA it, but I'm going to tell you that with it being an open case, they're going to release very limited information.
She don't know where that thing is. We got to get in contact with the company and see if we can get a copy of it.
It's
Hey
been
guys.
3 years. That girl is not going to have a copy of it.
I was talking about the AAA receipt.
I'm talking about both.
So I was just thinking about this, you guys. That doesn't make sense because she said that the cops came to her house and said that the pastor forgave her and was not going to press charges, but they needed to take her car. So if they had to take her car on the 9th when they were there, how did she go that night to pick up Sierra?
I don't think that was on the 9th.
She said she took her home on the 10th. I mean, on the 11th.
Right. Right. And then she
So
went to the cops on the 11th. So the 9th is when that evening they came to the house, she said.
No, the 9th is supposedly the day he went missing.
the
Correct.
9th is the night he went missing.
Yep.
Yeah, Nate.
And she went to the church. She went back to the church to look for him. And then she didn't see him. So she went home. And that's when she went and started to go through her phone or his phone. But then the cop showed up later that night. Oh, maybe she went and got Sierra first and then they came.
It was several days later when the police were involved and took her car.
And on the
So then that would have been like the 11th.
didn't they all have like a threesome at one point?
No, Sierra was Matthew's side chick.
I know, but I thought they had a threesome.
No,
No, that was just things that were coming around. So that would have been the 16th the cops came around. Sound right?
No, because she doesn't talk about anything after the 11th, I didn't think.
She doesn't, but Sam did. We have from Sam that the cops.
Oh, from Sam. Okay.
Yeah.
I was starting to say I've never seen a third blade on a pair of scissors.
Listen,
Stormy.
I can't help it, okay? I swear I heard that from somewhere, but it could have
I
been my
think that was
imagination.
Dora trying to process her into saying something that they were all together on that night on the 9th because he made that phone call at 2:30.
Okay, I see.
I think that's what it was, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so don't take what I said because evidently it ain't true. I
No, I think I did hear that. I think you are correct, Alabama. I think I did hear that from Dora.
That's what I thought. See, so I ain't losing it. I've been never thinking
No,
I've been losing it.
because she was trying to what is that word? Coerce, or I can't say that word.
She was trying to like make
Yeah.
her like tell the truth. Yeah, I got
She
you.
was trying to coerce her into saying that Matthew was there on the 9th.
Listen, guys, a hell of a lot of stuff happened on that ninth.
Yeah,
So
it
it
did.
had so it had to start actually on the evening of the 8th.
Correct.
And it after midnight, wee hours of the morning on the ninth, but it's still the ninth.
Yeah, they just
Right.
couldn't sleep. Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking about this, and I was trying to actually write it down. And I was going to take a picture and send it to you, Mom. But I think it started like on the 7th, because he went to pick up the. I think her timeline is off based on from what I hear from her, but this is just my opinion. So I think she went and picked up stuff on the 7th, and then on the 8th that night, that's when she was on the phone with him, and he went to rob Brittany, and that's when the pew pews were at him. And then the 9th, he came home, she said, and he threw that stuff at her and he woke her up because she mentions that Trish him and Trish drove around for hours, and I think that happened the wee hours of the 9th. I think Pappy's right.
I do too. I think it happened on the 9th as well. I think that her days are just running together because she'd been up. I honestly don't think that they had just relapsed. That's my true opinion. I can't be for sure, but I just don't. I believe that they had been using and didn't want anybody to know.
I think she relapsed on the 7th.
I also wonder why you go get people from rehab if you know that you're using. Like, what kind of fucking friend is that? Yeah, bruh, I'm gonna come get you and bring you to my house where we're all getting high, even though you just got out of rehab. But I don't expect you to do it because you're clean. Like,
Does
no.
that sound right, Mom?
Last time he had contact with his family was on the 7th.
Yep.
And the 8th, the way that, because I directly asked her, how many days had y'all been up? And she said, she said, I relapsed on the 9th. Now, you can't tell me that you relapsed the early morning hours of the 9th, and by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you were seeing hallucinations. That's horseshit. Not going to
I
happen
agree.
that fast.
I agree.
And I don't speak from experience, but I have been a sponsor for addicts. I have heard many of people's stories. I have stood in sober house rooms and listened to people tell their story, and I call horseshit.
I can speak from experience, personal experience, but I will say 21 years clean this year. Um, when I had been up for days upon days upon days, that's when you start with the seeing stuff.
Yeah,
So it wasn't like she just used that morning and then started seeing stuff.
I
No,
agree.
ma'am.
So my
exactly.
sister is an addict, and I agree with you because just with me trying to just love her and accept her, the way she is, because I can't change her. I can only help her and try to push her in the right directions. But I agree with you. That's when I see the paranoia come out in my sister is anywhere from 2 to 3 days.
And in this time frame, she also got a speeding ticket.
That was on the 9th at 12:15.
All this happened, and she supposedly was back home to get her baby off the bus.
Yes, which would kind of does make sense because if she was saying that her baby got off the bus at 3, so if she gave Matthew his phone back by 2:30, he called his boss. She was there at the house to get the baby off the bus.
But do we have Matt back at her place after the baby got off the bus? No. If I'm right.
She doesn't say that, but we don't know that.
I wonder if we can call the police station to see if the detective that pulled or the police officer that pulled them over, if he could place whoever in the car.
That would have to be that one county that I can't Sam's mom said the county, I can't remember cuz it was where she dropped Ben off at his dad's house. It was that county.
Moms, would that be possible to get?
It's been 3 years, unless the cop has a phenomenal memory.
Right, and it was just a speeding ticket like you said. It's nothing like it was a major.
Yeah, yeah, it's not going to be something that's going to, stick with an officer like that.
Yeah, but I'm still thinking if we can get in contact with that AAA company and they pop that trunk, if there was something in that trunk to be seen, that person would be traumatized. Stamp of that happening because she's been so all over the place with her timestamp. It's got everything confused.
Yeah. And you have to almost ask yourself, is the talking, buffering while you're talking, is that intentional? So there's not a direct timeline.
Uh-huh.
So if she, okay, so let me just think about this for a second. So if she actually did, if Matthew did actually come back and it was 2:30 that he he came back, made that phone call, they got her baby off the bus. I wonder if she then brought the baby to her dad's house and then they went down to get Sierra and something happened. They went to that party, then they came back to the house. And I wonder if something happened then.
It's a very good possibility, because if you look at it like that, then we have three people instead of just her,
Mm-hmm.
which is a lot more plausible to put a grown man his size in the trunk of a vehicle.
Right.
Do you know when he left the job site that morning?
Sam's mom said it was between 12:30 and 1.
Yep. He was
Moms,
only
the
there for a
coworkers
couple hours.
confirmed that,
Yep.
and the coworker saw him getting in the trunk. Correct?
Yep. That's what mom said. Now, according to Kylie's story, he got in the front seat.
Right. But she didn't pick him up at the job site. She picked him up at that garage.
Right.
So then how would
According
the
to her
coworker
story.
see? Right.
Well, Kylie did say she went to the job site to pick him up. She said it last night.
Yeah, but then he wasn't there.
He was down the
And then
road
he,
at a garage, like a pole barn or a carport.
yeah, it didn't have any doors on it, she said.
So that's either a pole barn or a carport.
Well, if the coworkers were out on break or something, or someone was with them, that's how they would be able to confirm it. And then if we got the AAA, that would give us a timeline between 12:30 and 2:30.
The
If it's
AAA
before or
happened the
after.
night. Sorry, Ellie, I got a little bit of a lag. Sorry.
Fine, babes.
The AAA happened the early morning of when after he robbed Brittany, and that's why Matthew was with Trish, because he locked the keys in her car.
In the trunk, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, something ain't adding up. Why would it be 2 days in the trunk?
I think when he went to rob her on the 8th, like the late evening of the 8th, wee hours of the 9th, that's when he locked him in there. And then I think that's why he didn't get to work until 11, is because she had to wait for her dad to come and get her, to bring her to the car, which would also make sense because she said that her daughter was not with her when they went to get to the AAA. So who was her daughter with? So that means Matthew had to have been there.
Because he was the one that robbed Brittany, and she was sitting in the car trying to talk him out of it.
To me, it sounds like they have put a whole week of events into 24 hours.
Thank you, Carla. Yeah, if I stay on kept too long, it'll knock me out.
And I
That's
might be totally
we got
wrong.
to talk about that story. That
Shauna,
happened way
she
before.
did.
What happened way before, Mom? Sorry, you were muffled.
I had my finger over the mic. Damn it! Let me lay my phone back down. Um, the 2011, she had lured another man, and four guys took baseball bats, etc., to him and dumped him in a cemetery. Yeah,
A
Sam
week
had told me the
before.
story, Carla. Do what, Allie?
But that was the week before?
You cut out on me, babe. One more time.
That was the week. When did that happen?
2011. That was long before he went missing. That just shows a history of
What
luring
she's
men.
capable.
Exactly. And some kind of weird obsession with cemeteries, in my opinion. And Janet's not confirmed that was her baby daddy. It was she's already told 2 stories about who her kid's dad is. And Sam is actually in contact and stays in contact with the gentleman from 2011.
So I guess my question, I thought I heard her say that the it was not the baby dad that she did that with.
Sam said it wasn't, but last night, somewhere in her buffering of talking, I think she made a reference to him as being some kind of father to her daughter.
Yeah, Sunshine, you're right. She also says she couldn't call him at the cemetery because he didn't have a phone, but he made a call.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, when it was brought up to her on my panel last night that he had called his boss, I believe that was the only time she was truly speechless, taken off, and said, "No, that's not true."
And then she dropped.
And that's when Sam stepped in and said, "There's call logs to prove it."
Right.
A couple minutes later, she ghosted panel and was lurking in the chat for a while because I have messages where people were able to still see her in the chat.
Wow.
In my opinion, I think, well, I have two opinions. I think either number one, he went back to the house with the 2 girls that night and he OD'd. And got that Nathan in the middle of the night to help them. And that's why that Nathan was there. And my other theory is that if she truly did drop him off at the cemetery, somebody was following them because of the robbery and picked him up.
But the family has his phone now, correct?
No, law enforcement has his phone and they refuse to release it to the family.
Because it's an open case.
When I say they are completely uncooperative with this family, I mean like straight brick walls. Completely uncooperative. The family has asked for the state police to be brought in. The family has asked for other departments to be brought in. And this little tiny police department is absolutely just refusing to do anything to help this family. And then tonight, Sam sent me an email that was a response email to her mother from law enforcement. And it's one of the very first emails that they've had in years from them.
Because they know that it's picking up steam on social media.
I would assume so. And plus, there are people that have already sent emails to the Attorney General's office because Sunday night when I went live with Sam, the first interview that I did with Sam, I made sure that the email was out there. And I even went so far as to send templates to people where all they had to do was plug Matthew's information into the templates. Because I want them to know that, no pun intended, a storm is coming. And that's why we're trying to get as many people that are in the area or that are able to travel to the area to be there on May the 15th, because they've seen the same 15 people have the vigils. They've seen the same 15 people have these peaceful protests.
Yeah.
And I want them to look out their windows and see a whole army standing behind Sam.
So, what are your guys' thoughts on this? I was just thinking about this. You know how Sam said that, was it the detective texted her and was flirting with her?
Yeah. That's what Mom was saying earlier.
So,
Yes, he
what is your,
messaged her on Snapchat and was
yeah.
hitting on her, and had also sent her text messages, inappropriate text messages as well.
So, if that's the case, if he's doing that with Sam, is he doing that with Kylie? And
It's a
Kylie is
very good possibility. My understanding is law enforcement partakes of the ladies of the night in town any chance they get.
right. And if that's the case, is she snitching to help keep her clear of something?
It's very possible.
Maybe that's why
It's very
Sierra got free room and board for 8 months.
Yeah, because you just think about it. If you're willing to turn on somebody and you're willing to give a bigger fish than you are, they're going to cut your time. That's just how it works. Yeah, Sunshine, she even mentioned a ravine last night. Because think about what she said. She told him, there's trees, there's a ravine, there's places that you can hide. I'll be right back when I get your phone.
And she made sure she
But
made.
that doesn't make sense because she had to be home by 3:00 and Matthew made that call at 2:30.
I mean, I'm with you, Happy. Believe me, I am with you, honey. I don't believe half of the story.
Right.
And you have to take into effect 3 stories. There's
Right.
3 different damn stories that she's told. And not only that, what in your right mind tells you to wait 3 years
To bring
to
it out.
tell the description of what he was wearing? Do you know every flyer that's ever been made for him as of last night? Well, at this point, it would be night before last. Either way, is wrong. It's wrong. The hoodie's wrong. The color's wrong. The t-shirt's wrong. The hat is the blue or black is correct, but according to her, she was very specific
Like
of
the
what he
Izzy
was
case.
wearing.
Like
Do
the
what?
Izzy case.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can't, and I mean, we can't say anything about the description being wrong because she was the last person to see him allegedly, and that's the description that was given. So that's what has been put on flyers. That's what's been put on in databases, is that that's what he was wearing. And then out of nowhere on Schmurder's live, she completely changes what he was wearing: a white t-shirt that said West Virginia Wolverines, a Carhartt hoodie that said Carhartt on it, and a blue West Virginia Wolverines hat, and some kind of work boots that for some odd reason she couldn't describe the boots.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
And think about it. If somebody's remains are laying out there, your shirt's gonna take the weather's gonna take a toll on your shirt.
Oh yeah.
The weather's gonna take a toll eventually on them work pants. What is the one thing that's going to be able to stand up to the weather?
The boots.
Exactly. The boots. Because those boots are made from leather. Leather comes from a cow. A cow is made to stand in the weather.
Unless somebody comes by and takes them off of them.
Yep. Mountaineers. Sorry, I don't know what I said. Y'all know what I meant.
you getting in trouble now, girl. You getting in trouble.
Oh, I'll be clipped. She gave wrong information.
I don't know, right? But I mean, look, out of all the cases we've been covering the past couple of 2 to 3 weeks, and with everything that's been happening, we're allowed one mistake.
Lord, at this point, I'm lucky I remember my own damn name and what kind of boots I've got. Hell, I might have to go over and look at them, make sure they're still air right.
They kind of make it difficult when they change their story 30 different times.
Yeah.
Yep,
Because
exactly.
I've still got crystal stuff in my head. I've got, with the law enforcement there, which this case here kind of reminds me of that case. Good old boy system.
Yep. And we see the good old boy system a whole lot.
Oh yeah. Then you got Izzy. She's just a repeat offender. Nobody's really looking for her. I have laid so many things, clues out there for Izzy, and just nobody's searching.
It's sad, but it's Kentucky, Pappy. And I say that with my whole chest because I was born there. But that's the sadness of it.
I was
Is it's just another runaway.
I was raised there.
Yeah, I mean you know then. It's just another runaway in their eyes.
I wasn't born there,
I've
but I
really
was raised there.
Izzy's missing out of Shepherdsville, Kentucky.
Izzy Miracle. Isabella Izzy Miracle. 16 years old. Missing December 9th, wasn't it? I'd have to look again.
Oh hell, I have to look. Or I will give you the wrong date. For some reason I want to
Your
say
thought is if there is something big going on there, because remember how, I don't know if it was Sam or if it was Kylie now, but they said something about
December 17th is when she went missing. Sorry.
New
Yeah,
York
December 17th.
plates and that there was major stuff going on there. Maybe there's a bigger bust than that's coming or something.
Yeah. Heather Mack, no, things have calmed down on that case because there's been so much happen with that case with everybody talking. A lot of people have just stopped talking about it.
I think they're afraid to get in trouble.
sadly what happens is when you have good people that are good advocates and good people that really want to help with a case can't talk about a case or won't talk about a case or stop talking about a case because you got people threatening with lawsuits and cease and desist and all this other craziness because they'd rather have their ass pats and super chats than they would a child be brought home. I talk about him. You know why I talk about him? Because I don't care if any of them come after me. Because I've dealt with all of them. I remember when they built their channels off of Summer Wells.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Every one of them. I come from the YT, Pappy. I come from over there. Alabama went to sleep. She said she was going to sleep while we chat, but
Nope,
she'll tell
I'm
you
awake.
she's one of my. Oh, okay. Well, then she's one of my OTs from my OGs from the YT. She knows. She knows
Yep,
I know
sure
every
do.
one of them. I remember when they had a couple hundred subs. I
Yep,
remember when the one came from over here and infiltrated YT and ended her hind end up behind bars in Sumner County.
yep, do too. And that was the best place for her. You
I
don't be
know
fucking
all of
threatening
them.
victims' families.
I know
Mama, you
all
know
of them
where I
from way
live,
Is
don't
back.
it is it the BB one?
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all want to hear
Well,
something
that's where
funny? I'll tell
actually
you something funny. So we drove through where she lives a couple months ago to go to an event. And I looked at Craig and I said, "Hey," I said, "do you realize where we're at?" And he said, "No." And I told him where we was at. And he said, "Oh, I know who lives here." He said, "Well, maybe we should take a side trip and go stand out in front of her house with a bullhorn." I like to fell out of the damn car seat laughing. I was so proud of him. It was a proud moment.
You should have, girl. You should have. Did you know that I heard that she was fucking on Ashley's uh buzzard side?
Yes. Are you
You guys know
surprised?
where I live, right?
Girl, no, I'm
Yeah.
not surprised. I do think that now though that I have started hearing about some of this, that she does the opposite on purpose. You know, of like
I'm
what
telling you,
everybody else
what I
thinks.
want to know, I tried to get the hashtag free JLR's fork and I couldn't get it going. And I tried so hard. The woman is a nut.
Yes.
Now that you say that, Alabama, that makes sense because she was originally, when they were doing the Sebastian case, she was originally on the mom and stepdad's side.
Yep. She
Well,
sure was.
once again, you guys know where I live, right?
I
Yeah,
do.
you live. I do.
Okay, me and Crabtree were right here together.
Whatever happened to Pappy? There was that another gentleman. I think he had like a horse farm.
Yeah,
What she did, she's a lot of, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but she's a lot of the reason why Crabtree lost everything that he owns.
yeah.
Yes, that makes me so mad.
Yeah, because she was telling people to college jobs and yeah, it was Born Betty, which it wasn't her alone. It was also her other plug. It was also the other person that was in the fucking conjunctions with them in the court, Brittany Jackson. They did everything they could to make Crabtree lose everything he owned. They did it intentionally because they didn't like him because he was for Chris and Katie.
Yeah.
Like
Well, I call them her minions.
they are that is exactly who they are. And it's sickening. Like that kid, he's a kid. He's has a child. He literally was doing nothing wrong except helping get out there and search and doing more than what any of the parents were doing. Let's just be for real, including Seth. If everybody wants to worship him, he searched 4 times, and that's in court documents. So he searched 4 times for his son. That's it. That's all, and it's in court documents. And he's got over $100,000 to be searching. That's crazy in my opinion. I'm sorry. But somebody asked me the other night if I had one wish, like if I could just wish for one thing, what would it be? And my answer was to find out where Sebastian is because that case
Same
is
here.
like really affects me.
Same here. I mean, I was there with the Sebastian search. The Riley Strand search. I was downtown. Boots on the ground with that one. I mean, that's the two that really hit close to Nashville. So, I mean, of course, I'm going to go out there and look.
I think it affects me so bad though because I know that Katie does things that people think is suspicious, but I've talked to her and I just can't. I don't know. It really bothers me, and I that's what it is. I'm a mama, and in my mama heart, I don't think that Katie hurt her son. I can't think that. I don't think that. I think that if Katie knows where he is, it's because she has him somewhere safe. I do not think that he's unalived. I've never thought that Sebastian was not alive. I've always thought that he was somewhere being protected. But then on the other hand, I think of all the suspicious shit that Seth has done and how I have now found out that there is camera footage where he's not at where he's missing off from work for an hour or two. So like I just can't really put my finger on who is guilty, and I don't like that. Like usually I'm pretty good at determining if someone is suspect, and I can't in this case, and I hate that. Like there is no answers, but I can tell you this: I don't believe in my heart that he walked out that door and not wasn't seen on cameras and he's just never been found. I just don't believe that.
Yeah,
I believe somebody knows where he is.
Agree.
it's crazy.
Like, and I don't think that Chris is involved at all. Like people also try to say that. I can honestly tell you, out of everybody that's suspect to me, he's the least one. I do believe that he was at his job on
It's 4
camera.
hours away. Yeah, they've got data showing he was 4 hours away.
Like I really,
But
he's the only one I can say I don't believe is involved.
you know as well as I do, the truth and timelines and actual data that can be proven doesn't bring ass pats and super chats, Bama.
No, it doesn't. I agree. But it's sad, you know what I mean? Like it is sad because either way, like I can't stand Seth's actions sometimes, but then I watch him on his lives and it breaks my freaking heart because I could not imagine if he doesn't know where his son is. I couldn't imagine living life without my children. And so then I'm thinking, well, what if it's just desperation? Like, what if that is all of those actions are because he is literally grieving his son because he has no idea where he is? But then I'll go back and I'm like, well, damn, you would think that he wouldn't be acting like that if he was wanting people to help search for him.
Well,
Like,
here's where I stand on it, and I'm just going to say it. I never was for the Proudfoots, and I never was for Seth. I've always been for Sebastian. Let's bring the child home.
yep,
Don't worry about all the bullshit on either side. We should all be able to come together and find this child. I'm not pro parent. I'm not anything. I wanted Sebastian to come home. But with all now I'm gonna say this. With all the mumbo jumbo and the bullshit and the bullhorn and all that crap. And
Seth's
it,
team.
do what?
That's Seth's team. Like, so you know what I mean? Like, that is Seth, essentially. All of that is Seth, and I hate to
No,
say
wait
it.
a minute, wait a minute. As I said, I'm not for either side.
I
I'm
mean, I
not
agree.
I'm not calling any one person out, but all the negative stuff online, all the other stuff. Why? I'm for that baby. And right now, if somebody gave me a clue of where they thought that child might be, I would be out there with my boots on the ground again, looking because I have not given up just because I don't report about it.
Pappy, I don't think he's in those woods though. Like, if I'm honest with you, I do believe that one of the parents are involved. Like,
Well, that's fine. Let them be involved. But I'm saying I don't think he's anywhere in this area,
he's not.
or he would have already been found.
I agree. Like they had a massive search out there. Like
I
day
know.
one, I've never seen a search that big for somebody. They had FBI, they had everybody boots on the ground.
I was a part of those boots on the ground, sweetie.
I know that's what I'm saying. Like so like if he was there, he would have done been found.
Well, that's just like with the little Jonathan kid. You see that massive search they had out there? We had even more here. We even
Hmm.
had horseback.
Yep. And you see, it only took a day or two for them to find Jonathan. There's that is why I just like I can't wrap my head around it.
Hey, Carolyn.
Where he is.
I saw Carolyn just come in.
But okay, so Pappy, you've been in the okay, so let me ask you then.
Don't ask me too much because
I,
I'm not
I'm not.
talking.
I'm not. But listen, like you know who Illuminati is. You know, I'm friends with her off of
Yeah,
YT.
yeah.
So I've talked to her pretty in depth. And even though some of her things that she says on TikTok necessarily isn't what she really feels deep down. Like that's all I'm gonna say. Some of the things that she says because she has to keep a TikTok appearance. Because if she starts saying things here and there, it will mess up. That is the truth. Like I've seen her chat be like, "No, you can't defend Seth. You can't do that," because she's been so against Seth this whole time.
Okay.
Even though she has questions, just like everybody else does, she doesn't. She doesn't think that any of them are guilty or any of them are innocent. They're all guilty in her eyes. She says. Well, I've talked to her about those cameras out there numerous times, and she says that as much searching as they have done, as much searching as Crabtree has done, they just don't think it's possible that he left on foot. Do you?
I'm not. I told you I might not answer your question.
I don't think so. I think that car picked him up. I think he got in that car and he is somewhere either in a group home or with Chris's family somewhere out of state.
I wouldn't necessarily say that.
I don't think Chris's family's involved.
No, I don't think Chris's family had anything to do with it. I won't say much, but I'll say this. We put up the first billboard campaigns that ever went up for Sebastian.
Sure did.
And that didn't have anything to do with YT. That was a group of us off of Twitter that are or off of X that are advocates. We put up our billboards going west,
Yep.
and Dutchie put up the second set of billboards. Dutchie put her billboards up around that area. One of our billboards, two of our billboards were in Texas.
Uh-huh.
So what is your theory?
My
My
theory,
theory
my
is
theory
he's
is,
not in this area. That's what I'll say. How he got
yep.
there, I don't know, and it doesn't matter. We just got to find the child.
But I do believe that I will say this. In my opinion, Sebastian will turn up when he's 18. I can't tell you for
Mm-hmm.
sure why I believe that, but I'm just telling you, I don't believe Sebastian has passed away. I've never felt it. I do not think it. I don't think he's in harm. I think that he is somewhere being took care of, and I think he is being protected from what I don't know, but I do believe he will turn up.
Oh, I can almost guarantee when he turns 18, he'll show up.
Mm-hmm.
And I have my reasons for that. I have my reasons for that. I was on his case from day one. Him and Madeline Soto went missing on the same day.
Sure did.
So do you think he got in the car with his a girlfriend that he was madly in love with and just rode off into
Mm-mm. I
the
don't.
sunset?
I don't. I think
No,
one of the
I
families
don't
is
think there
involved.
was a girlfriend.
I don't either.
If there was a girlfriend, I honestly believe it's a custodial interference.
And even though UA Crimson may be watching, I also don't think that the person on the other side of the street did it either. I do believe he's being protected, though.
No, no, I don't think the person on the other side of the street did it either. No, I believe he is states away and that he will show up about a day or two after he turns 18.
Yep, that's exactly what I think.
And I've said that from the beginning.
So if he shows up then, can the mom, if he tells what happens, can the mom still be charged? Or the dad, let's just say, like maybe it was Seth. I mean, could they still be charged?
I think with as much money on resources and everything that has been spent with the state, there probably would be some consequences.
Yep,
Yeah.
but but
Would have to be resources repaid because there was a lot of resources that was used in searching for him.
but see where that also comes in is really like the resources is the only for real big deal in it all. Like custodian interference is not serious. It's not a serious crime. That is one thing that I do think. Okay, in my opinion, this has got way out of control, and they never imagined that it would get as big as it did. I don't think that whoever has him, I don't believe that they planned for it to be as worldwide and as big and as massive as it got, and it kind of just is trickled down so far that they don't know what to do. And so now I do believe that he will turn up when he's 18.
You have to think about it. So this person, if allegedly, if there is a person that was involved in removing him from that neighborhood, that person would not have had any knowledge that Duchess had connections to Katie. Duchess was the very first person to do an interview. Duchess was the very first person on YT to bring his case out, which caused his case to blow up. That person would
Well,
not have known
that and the,
that there was
that and
a
the fact that
large
the
YT
crime.
channel. Do
I'm
what?
sorry. That and the fact that you got to remember Sebastian went missing, and then the Riley Strand situation happened the week right after that. Sebastian
Mm-hmm.
was already missing. So then when Riley Strand happened, and then you've got that CrimeCon thing that happens every year, it was in Nashville at that time. So everybody was already in Nashville. So when they started chasing down the Riley Strand thing. So
Yeah, they,
as soon as they found the Riley Strand situation closed, they had gotten wind of the Sebastian case, and everybody gravitated, 20 minutes north.
yeah, because a lot of us happy that are were on social media and had connections forms were reaching out to Cajun Navy, and the PI that was on the case is a good friend of mine. And, a lot of us pushed for them. We were like, hey, this kid's missing. You guys are all there. Please go help.
Yep. We transferred them down. We sure did. Yep.
Hmm.
They were already when once Riley was found, everybody was about to go home. We was like, no, you can't leave. Like, no, right? They're not far from where y'all are. There's somebody that is a 15-year-old teenager that has autism that is an endangered missing person. We need your help and we need it now.
I was 2 blocks away from when down where they found the card when they found it with the Riley Strand.
So with the Sebastian Rogers case, why didn't or the what is that called, the United Navy or something?
The Cajun Navy.
Yes. Why did they come and start helping and then stop?
Okay, you want me to be honest with you or lie to you?
Oh, I want you to be honest.
Because of Tess.
Okay.
So search organizations, once drama starts, search organizations that are credible search organizations are not going to be a part of it.
Yep.
They're not going to stand in front of cameras. They're not going to be a part of it. They're going to back away.
Yep. And that's not that and there was a few people that was on that search team that was made feel very uncomfortable, and so they refused to go back out, and they protected their people.
Yep.
But anyway, that's where I stand on all that. I'm going to step out because this case keeps getting talked about, and I'd rather not.
We can
Well, we can
switch
talk about something else.
subjects, Happy.
Do what?
Jinx
We
Alley.
can Jax.
I said we can talk about something else, Happy. We don't have to talk about this anymore because I don't. This I do agree. Talking about this case can get really messy,
Yeah, because
especially
I
with the
guarantee
fucking
you there's
lawsuit.
15 recordings going on right now trying to catch us in anything to say.
Yep, and that's crazy right there. Like that is crazy work.
Well, I'm not going to say anything that they can catch me in.
Well, me either, but I'm just saying, that we'll be clipped and chipped 15 times tomorrow.
Yep, we sure will.
Is there an update on Adrian besides the fact that he went back with his mom?
Go
Yeah,
ahead, Alabama.
to talk about that anymore.
I got C&Ds today because of that case.
Oh, just a real quick version, like 2 seconds.
I got a C&D.
Really got a cease and desist letter from mom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. We can't talk about that. Okay. Change subject. Okay, let's think about another one.
That's crazy, y'all. I'm sorry. I just can't. I am so sick of this shit. Like,
But
do
you
not.
see what we're talking about?
Like, that's fucking crazy. When parents don't want you to talk about their cases, they just be doing all types of shit. Like, just chill. It's not that serious.
Um, Devlin, any updates on Devlin?
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is either.
I'll answer. No, there's no updates, Pappy, on Devlin.
Okay.
Rebecca Parks case, I don't think there's any updates there either. Hey, I did know that the Rebecca's boyfriend had got out of jail the other day. I got a notification.
And he was on live tonight.
What?
Abby Lou, yes he was.
Well, we missed it. I hope somebody got it. Drama Talk, I hope that you got that shit.
Yeah, I'm not happy with what they talked about.
Yeah, I would figure that.
And then we've got the whole Justice for Crystal McCrory coming up in February 7th in Oak Grove, Louisiana. A bunch of us are going to go down there and show our support to Jana with that situation. We've got Monsters or Mama Monsters has got a couple of things that she can lay out there for you. We've also got the Gary Sutton situation going on, which I'll be down at the Tennessee State Capitol here on the 20th of this month.
I'm excited for you to meet his brother.
I can't wait to meet his brother. As a matter of
He's
fact, I'm hoping that we can get together like the night before and go out to Cracker Barrel and throw biscuits at each other.
he's such a sweet guy.
Yeah, I was in that live the whole time. Jimmy's a sweetheart. And that's Gary Sutton's brother.
Pepper, can you come up and play it? Do you have another device so we can hear the clip?
I don't like what they talked about.
Oh, okay.
Like, trust me, I don't want it. No.
Okay. I agree. I trust you.
Are you talking about on the Sutton situation?
Uh-uh.
No, like what they were talking about on that live.
Oh,
That is crazy. Like,
but guys, what we've been talking about the past few days also, think about this. There's another missing person every 40 seconds. And we were kind of calculating those numbers. If you guys can go look up how many missing children are in your state, or not children, just people go missing every day in your state, and what your yearly uh, number is, and then times that by 50 of how many there's over 500, 500,000, 500, something like that missing right now in the United States. Think about that.
damn, that's a lot. Mm. I just heard about that Kara Spencer's brother today.
Yeah.
Matthew Spencer.
Yeah, I had never heard about that. That is really sad.
Do you want me to talk about his case?
Yeah. Can you tell us what you know about his case?
Yes, I can. So he was living in California. He left California, went to live in Washington State. He left Washington State to start a new life in Houston, Texas, went to visit with his sister, his oldest sister, in Las Vegas, left Las Vegas to head to Houston. The last time his family had contact with him, he had advised Kara, his twin sister, that he was in the desert in Cloudcroft, New Mexico. His car was caught on a flock camera, which is a license plate reader, coming out of Flagstaff, Arizona. And they were able to get into his phone. Kara and their older brother were able to get into his phone, and he had Google pings in between Flagstaff and Williams, Arizona. And he was Googling things like, why won't my car start? Why is my car clicking? What time is it in Houston? And he also had Googled parts for an excavator, for a Caterpillar excavator. He was an avid fisherman, and his vehicle is missing. He is missing. No one has heard from him. The night that, or the evening that he had went missing, the next day, Kara, which is his twin sister, woke up with her legs hurting. That's pretty much,
So he was going out of town. Was there a reasoning for it?
yeah, he was headed to Houston to start a new life.
Okay. And so I don't know. That's crazy. I wonder why they never found his car though. Like, you would have thought they would have found at least that.
They have not, there is no trace of him. It is like he vanished off the earth.
Damn.
Sorry, I had to throw my earphones in and go out in the living room so I don't wake my husband up.
You're fine.
You good,
So
babe?
here's what I can say real quick. With all those numbers we're talking about missing in the United States, what I said a couple of days ago, if someone out of each state could kind of spearhead their state, or each of us, we got 398 people in here. Tomorrow morning, instead of at the breakfast, start doing research in your state, your county, your town, and you go out and fish and try to figure out some details yourselves about some of these cases, and then bring them to our attention, and we can get them out there more on social media. There's so many cases that we don't even know about that are missing,
I agree.
and it's not like we can solve them all. What I'm saying is if each of us put forth an effort on 1 to 2 cases out of 405 people, that's over 800 cases solved by one person right there. So that might help us. And then you could bring it to social media. We could compare notes. We could brainstorm. We'll be more than happy to help you try to figure some stuff out if you run into an area that you don't know anything about. We got people that are lawyers. We got people that are law enforcement. We've got people that have done this for years. We've got a team. We've got a solid core team here. But now if we got to have people doing some footwork in your local areas where these missing kids are. We cannot do it all ourselves.
I do agree. And see, that's one thing I don't drive, but my husband does.
So I agree with that, Pappy, but I think that there has to be like some type of like a proper training like on how to search for people or how to skip for people. Like I don't think I mean, yes, we all can use Google, we can all use this, but there's also many websites or many apps or whatever that probably help
Oh,
look for
Oh
those
I
yeah,
agree
people.
with you
there's a
completely.
lot.
And I'm not
What was that?
saying, I agree with you completely. I'm not saying you have to be foots on the ground, but just start digging up some information on some of these cases to where, because I tell you, some of these cases, all we've been handed is a flyer.
That is true. But like she just said, okay, like I'm one of those people. Like I'm in a Discord where a lot of like really smart people that are good at the investigation, but I have no idea how to do none of that. So if y'all do know how to do that and you know details and you know tips and tricks, if y'all can send them my way, that'd be lovely.
I can help you, babes. We can do it together.
I was just gonna say Allie's really good with I think if I remember right, one of my first things in Dora's live, Allie's like, I can do the spreadsheets. So I'm like,
Yeah. I mean, look at
Allie should
Jana.
do Discord.
Look at the
I can be the
situation
boots
with,
on the ground.
yeah, and look at the situation with Justice for Crystal. She has her file so in order. And when she presented it to the group, we were just kind of like, this is a no brainer. She needs our help. We can hit it quick. But what a lot of people on the internet does not see is all the hours that goes into trying to find, okay, this is a flyer. Where do we go from here? And you're right. They don't know. But that's why the conversations that you're having with John, Peter, and Paul at Cracker Barrel could be over that kid that's on that missing carton of milk.
I do
Instead of
agree.
just start small and start trying to find out some stuff that you heard about the case.
Like
And
I'm good
then,
at like looking at like FB or Instagram or like things like that, but when it comes to like trying to pull like names or like addresses. Like I don't know what sites are like honest and trustworthy. Like if y'all know and they're free, y'all can send them my way.
I got you, babes.
You know how to do that too, Ellie?
Mom, do you have a
Yes,
Discord?
girl. I do
maybe
have a
that's
Discord.
something we should do once a week is have a training course on some of the stuff that people need to look for. What do you think, Mom?
I'm literally
I mean,
taking a
start.
psychology chat class and doing some certified search and rescue classes and stuff. That way, when I'm boots on the ground, I know a little bit better how to do it.
Yeah. So if some of these people that you have as mentors,
So I've been doing this for 5 years. I've been doing this for 5 years. So I would say that if you really want to start helping with cases, start small.
yeah,
Look in your area and pick a case. Pick a case that calls out to you, because I guarantee you can look and there's going to be thousands of cases.
Oh yeah.
Whether it's a historic case, an old case, a cold case, a new case, a case that happened 2 hours before you opened your device. Find that case. Go on to all
Have
the
you?
FBs and the X's.
You were asking about Devlin. Yeah, I have no updates about that. I'm so sorry. Best case scenario we have is when the spring comes.
Okay, so when we find a case that we want to do, like how do we like start like looking into like the details of it?
So start with the FB. When you're first starting out, start with the FB. Is there a group? What information's in that group? Filter through the information in that group. What is fact? What can be vetted? What is not fact? What sounds like a rumor? And then go look for articles. Look
yeah,
for information that's been released by law enforcement.
any
Go to
media.
if they're right, credible media. And I'm not talking like news.com. I'm talking like go to a credible resource. Start to see what that person, if they have anything on the case. If it is a Phoebe case, go to the Phoebe's missing persons and wanted page. See what's on there. Check the Charlie Project. Open NamUs. Like, you don't necessarily need to start out with just running background checks on people.
Okay, I found all my Izzy
That's something that
information.
you work into. Do
When
what,
you,
love?
I was saying I found all the Izzy information just scrolling through FB with her name.
yeah,
Yep. Yep. You just have to, you don't want to overload yourself. You want to start with sites that you're familiar with. And you may not find all the information, but the beautiful thing about the communities that we've built here is find what you can, start talking about it on your platform or upload videos, and there'll be people that may have another piece of information or can send you a link, or I saw this and oh yeah, I have a clipping. I kept the newspaper clipping because I was interested in that case when it happened. Here, let me go pull it out of my box. You never know what you're gonna find. And even like newspapers.com, it is a historic newspaper site that's run by Ancestry. That is an amazing place. Like, I covered a case out of Tennessee that is an old case. It is a really old case. And I was able to do a 3-hour live on YT on just what I was able to find on his case. His name's Dennis Martin.
Oh,
And
I
it was
like
going
that.
through archives.
Yeah, I
Huh?
know what archive is. I have Ancestry.
Yeah. You know,
Okay.
like tonight we were on my channel and Natasha came in. So there were, what, 300 people in there. I say 150 of them didn't know that Natasha, who's a member of our community, has a missing uncle, that she, in between advocating for other people and being boots on the ground for Melody Buzzard and doing all the things, she has a missing uncle that me and her are working on the background, calling detectives, who is a pain in my hind end, but that's neither here nor there, and making phone calls and doing stuff in the background and figuring out what we can do in the background. So never, you never know where the information's going to come through, but you can't start off right off. I mean, head in the dirt ostrich style, because you're going to burn out fast.
there's a case
Right.
right there, a cold case that I just put in the chat. Zaylee Grace Fryer out of Tennessee. She was murdered back years ago, and her 4-month-old baby disappeared off the scene. So now we're trying to figure out where that 4-month-old baby is, because now she's about 15.
Oh, those are hard cases
Yeah,
because the baby's not going to look like anything like the pictures, and oh, those are hard, Pappy. Those are cases that make my head spin.
I know. That's why it's been spinning around in mind for the past 14 years. And we might not ever see. And she was murdered.
Mind the monsters.
Be a good idea.
Do
Oh,
you have a
sorry,
mind?
Ellen.
You're fine. Do you have a like a? I know you have a Discord because I've talked to you on it in PM. But do you have like one where y'all share information?
Girl, I've got about, hell, I've got about probably 30 channels in my Discord.
Okay, I'm gonna add you.
Should
I'm
we add
already
one that,
added.
where we can add our files and then like keep all the data there or all the info
I'll
there?
make you guys your very own channel.
Oh, you can do that?
Yeah, create your own.
Yes. Yeah, I have, hell, I don't want to get up and go to my laptop, y'all. But I have a place for missing flyers. I have different SKs and information that has been found on them. I have a general where you can just go in there and post funny memes or talk about your day or whatever your choice is. I have a resources tab that is full of any kind of resource you could think of, from the big red box to DV to going through the training to be a missing persons advocate to all kinds of things. I have I have cases broke down by name. I have Where Are They Wednesdays. I have Not Forgotten Friday tab in there, which are cases that I've covered on my YT, and I've done drop all my research in there. I have fishing where if you get, you get burnt out, you can go in there and you can digitally fish and actually catch fish and sell your fish. I have oh Lord, what else?
That's
I've got all
fun.
kinds of stuff in there. Like Voices
Damn.
for the Voiceless. I don't know if y'all know Voices for the Voiceless. She's on my panel a lot. She has her very own tab for the Zodiac. That, I mean, anybody's welcome to post in there. But she asked me one night, "Will you make me a tab where I can drop my research in it?" Yeah, absolutely. So I made her a tab, and she's got access to it. Everybody has access to it. You can go in there. You can look at the research. Before they updated her, I had a barista. I had an AI barista. My son does IT, and he built me a bot that is specifically a true crime bot. And you could go in there and ask her questions, and she would give you entire. She would search 4 different browsers and give you all the information you could ever imagine on a case.
Damn.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, my Discord's off the chain, and it's open. You don't have to be a member or none of that crap. I'll put the
How
link.
do we get
I'll
to
put
it?
I'll put it in my LINK tree, and that way,
Okay.
because it's in my bio, and that way everybody can come and join in. And the only thing that I ask is when you join in, just go to the joining and leaving tab and just say hello, so everybody can put funny memes in there.
Oh, I like that. See, I remember. I don't think that
I
back
like to.
whenever I first started talking to you on Discord, I don't think you had like a massive Discord, did you?
Yeah, I've always had a big Discord. It's just grown.
Damn, I wish I would have known that. I would have been joined in there. You wouldn't believe whose Discord I'm still in, and I have no idea how to even leave it. But I have it on.
I don't know
Yeah,
how to use it.
I got blocked from there.
What? Girl, I'm
You
still up
talking
in
about
there.
the creator I do not speak of?
No, creator, you did not speak of. I'm
So,
still in that Discord, and I don't know how to leave it, so I put that thing on mute because I got sick of it.
so that's why I'm also saying, guys, you can go out there and make a difference. You can help your favorite mentor, your creator, whatever. You can help them with these cases, or get your own thing going. But just be careful of who you share some stuff with, because they might use it in the wrong way and bring it back and say, well, so and so did it to me, and make you liable for some false information that you might have given.
Yeah,
Just be
that's
Yes,
aware.
true.
be very careful.
To be very aware, be very careful of who you make your mentor, or who you want to be when you grow into this field.
Right.
And I'm
Mom,
not
did
a
you
full
see the
time.
comments? Kylie is asking you to check your Facebook or FB Messenger.
And trust me, guys, I am not a full time crime chaser. I'm not that guy. I'm one of these that still get up here on the panel and talk with everybody, but I'm also one that tries to help with the background. Like anything I can do to help, I will do it, you know? But like Mama here, I know she's there with Dora, anybody, any of those that you guys love and support, if you guys can get some of their footwork going for us or for them, be that person instead of just sitting here thinking about it.
Listen, I'm already on it over here, okay? That's what I'm over here on Teacup doing. I just found somebody from Alabama that is endangered.
What if you know the people that are involved are dangerous people? That's when you don't get involved. You whatever information you have, you give it to someone else and pass it along and let them bring it out. And they'll pass it up to their source
And
and
don't
they'll
ever give your
do what?
exactly, and don't ever give your government name out. If
Right.
you use a screen name on here, you stay with your screen name unless it is somebody that you wholeheartedly trust.
Yep, she's right. Trust me on
I
that. She
have a
is right.
lot of people. I have a
Yeah.
lot of people that message me on FB. I have a lot of people that message me on FB, but they know they could trust me, and I'm not going to show up at their house, and I'm not going to run freaking background checks on them because they're not missing. Their business is none of mine, and they can trust me. But just for anybody, do not ever give your full government name to anybody because it's not their business. If they're helping you with a
Listen,
missing case, because missing people is very dangerous.
she's right, y'all. Trust me. Like, and just because you're friends, like, Mind the Monsters is very trustworthy, but I have came across some that are on YT. I'm not familiar for real over here, but I have been good friends with somebody over there that I was very good friends with, and I trusted them with my name, a cash tap on, like I trusted them. But the moment that our friendship turned, I started worrying about my family being harassed, me being doxxed. And it's, you never think that it would end up that way. But the moment that it does, and you start realizing that you've put everybody you love in jeopardy because people get mad and they start calling CPS, they start calling law enforcement to your house, they start swatting, they start doing all the things out of anger because a friendship has been broken. It's just better never to tell your name.
Right. So keep your identity close.
Yes, because friendships do get broken, even very, very, very good ones. Like, and that one was very good.
Yeah, don't be like me. All my stuff's out there. But I didn't know that was going to blow up the way it did. Otherwise, I would have done it a whole lot different.
Right. And that's one of the reasons I don't like doing a lot of stuff out of the Book of Faces
Yeah.
myself.
Well, I'm learning, you know.
Mind the Monsters. My sister just called. That's what I had a call. She said she commented in the chat, but she don't think anybody's seen it. She wanted to know what your very first case was that got you started.
Oh, my very first case. So my very first case that got me started was Summer Wells.
Oh,
My very first
okay.
case was Summer Wells. I was at work and I had a lady come up to me and she said, "Hey," she said, "you share a lot of missing people on your FB, don't you?" And I said, "Yeah." And she said, "Have you ever really like been a part of helping try to solve a missing person's case?" And I said, "Well, no." I said, "Other than sharing flyers and keeping their names out there, not really." And about 2 hours after that conversation, it ate at me all day long. And I was a supervisor of a big resort in Daytona Beach. I went and I spent that entire day listening to interviews in my earbuds and listening to YT channels. And it was when she had very first went missing. And I wandered into a YT room. I didn't know no better. I had my government name on my YT. And I wandered into a room one day, and you know, all these people were talking about this case, and some of them were locals. And I grabbed a notebook and I started writing in this notebook, and I was enthralled with, wow, there's a whole community of people that do this online. How the hell did I not know this? And the ladies channel that I was in, she ended up making me one of her very first mods. I was her main mod. I fed her so much information and all of my research for the first few months. And then about 3 months later, I guess it was about 2 months later, a lady come into the chat and she went up on panel and she said, "My name's Brandy McNeil. My son is Michael Monkey Vaughn. He's missing." And by that time, I was pretty well knew what the hell I was doing. And I started working very closely with her. I worked a lot in the background. I did a lot in the background. I helped with stuff that's never been made public and won't be made public in his case. So I got to where I was really comfortable and I'd found my calling, like something in my heart told me this is what I'm supposed to do. Because, you know, my family and, you know, my fiance and everybody, you know, they say, you know, you're really good at what you do and you should become a PI. And I thought, well, no, I wouldn't want to do something like that. I actually did look into being a PI, a licensed PI. About 2 months later, my oldest son went missing. Um, he was in Tennessee. He was in Gallatin, Tennessee. And he called his younger brother, who was still living with me at the time. And he said, "I will see you on the other side." And he hung up. Again, he's an IT person. So he made it to where we could not find him in any way, form, or fashion. Um, he turned off all of his locations. He was working at Amazon. He made a really stupid decision in the medical cage at Amazon. I called detectives in Nashville that I had worked with. I called everybody I could get in contact with. And finally, I called a little bitty tiny police department outside of where he went missing from. And I said, "I need help. My son is missing and I can't find him. And we have looked for him for 2 days at this point." And the guy was like, "Well, let me see what I can do." He ended up going to the house where my son was staying. And we found out that because he had turned his locations and everything off, his girlfriend at the time had called AT&T and had his phone completely cut off. So we were now completely unable to track him altogether. And my ex-sister-in-law, and two other people that are family friends, we were on the phone and she said, "Where do you think he could be?" And I said, "When he was a kid, he would go to Rivergate Mall and hang out. For some reason, I feel like Rivergate Mall is where he is." And they pulled up at McDonald's and he was hanging out of the side of his truck, had a very shallow heartbeat. And he
Oh my
spent
God.
2 months in the hospital. He spent 2 months in the hospital. He has some pretty severe medical stuff going on because of it. Um, he he escaped from the hospital buck nude and ran across Dickerson Road to Walmart and got somebody to let him use his phone, use their phone. And we went and picked him up. And um, several years later, a young man named Riley Strain went missing in Nashville, Tennessee. And my son called me and he said, "Mom, do I need to go help?" And I said, "Yes, please go help." And he went and he hung flyers and he talked to the unhoused community and searched all over town, took pictures of all the cameras for me. Um, was there the night that the gentleman fell into the river, the whole 9 yards. And he has been nothing but an absolute blessing to me and the missing persons community because he sends me cases, he asks questions, he helps research. He has provided resources that I didn't even know were out there for me to use that I use in my toolbox in the background to help look for missing people. And that is how I got started with missing persons.
That is crazy.
Yep.
I did not know that about your son. I did know that he did help back whenever I first came around you on YT, but I did not know that other stuff. That is crazy. Like, that is kind of like you gave him like a purpose in that moment, you know?
So,
Yep.
so
He
mom,
got a crash
you know that I was born
course.
in that
Do what,
hospital?
Pappy?
I was born in that hospital in Gallatin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's where I
That's
was
crazy.
born.
Well, when
And
he
then I
busted
was,
out, they had moved him to Skyline down on Dickerson Road across from the
yeah, I
big
know
Walmart by
exactly.
the interstate.
Yeah,
And he had busted out. I don't even know. Wait, to this day, he won't tell anybody how he got out, but he got out and had the hospital gown on when he first ran down the hill. Because if you know Skyline, then you know the big hill
yeah,
right
I know
there.
who you're
Somewhere
talking about.
between the big hill and Walmart, he lost his hospital gown. And I mean, it's Nashville, so it's not uncommon for some guy in his birthday suit to walk up to you in the Walmart parking lot and ask you to use your phone. Apparently,
It's not.
so that's my story, and that's how I got started. And I got a crash course in not being able to get any law enforcement to help, because when you're an adult, you have the right to go missing. And I dealt with it myself. I dealt with not being able to get answers. I dealt with all of it. It was horrible. He got to see firsthand what it did to me. Um,
Now, is he
my
still
cheese
in the
about slid off my
area?
cup. No, he's back in Western Kentucky now. My other son's still there. My youngest son's still there, and well, he was here in Florida, and then he moved to Phoenix, and then he decided Phoenix was not for him, and now they're back in Middle Tennessee, in Gallatin.
Okay, because you know where I live. That's not. That's only about 35, 40 minute drive.
Yeah, I'll be up there. I think we decided March. He's asleep, or I'd ask him, but I'm pretty sure we decided March.
Well, we're gonna have to meet up at a
Sometime in
Cracker
March.
Barrel or something and throw something at each other.
Well, hell yeah.
I'm
So
all
I
for it.
usually go home twice a year, but this year we didn't go home for Christmas because he still has a lot of trauma and damage from the wreck. So it's a really long drive for him, and I own a Mustang, and it's not super comfortable to drive 12 hours. So we decided to put
Understandable.
it off for a few months. He's got a doctor's appointment coming up, so hopefully we'll find out why, because he's metal from the waist down. He's got a completely rebuilt hip. One leg's completely rebuilt, and both of his knees had to be put back together. So he has, I don't know if it's a screw or if it's a plate or something has come loose on the right, and it is extremely painful for him to sit in the car longer than a couple of hours. So there's no way we would have went up there until he sees his doctor in a couple of weeks.
Thank you for sharing your story with us.
Oh,
Hey,
absolutely. I've been asked not to get into a lot of details, so that's the Cliff Notes version of it. Because if you go way back on my YT when it first happened, there is a video of every single detail, and I spent an hour on the phone with him, chewing me up one side and down the other for giving out all the details. But that's the Cliff Notes version of what happened, and the reason I'm so passionate about what I do.
mind the monsters. Chris in the chat, that's my sister. I told her, it's like
Well, hello, Chris.
she knew that she had heard about you before. I was like, yeah, Mind the Monsters is who actually introduced me to true crime.
I remember Alabama Mama coming in.
I did. And then I started messaging you about my bratty ass nephew, and he was acting up, and he still be acting up today. He's been diagnosed with ODD now, so at least we have like a diagnosis of why he be misbehaving all the time. He actually went missing a few months ago, and I was freaking out. I'm not even gonna lie. And his
Oh,
mama
you're so welcome, Glove.
and his mama be missing all the time too. Like it's like son, like mother. My
Oh
sister has
Lord.
moved. Girl, my sister has moved to California, and she's like strung out. And so she's living on the streets up there. And every few months we can't get a hold of her. I have to literally get online and go investigating. And one time, me and the girl, my sister in the chat, that's not my, we have an older sister named Brittany. The one in the chat is my middle sister. We have to get online and start like the pictures that she had sent us like the day before were like you could see like the background of these pictures, and we had to walk down California on Google Maps literally for hours trying to find these buildings to see where she was located, and it was right around the times the fires were happening. It was
Yeah, it's
awful.
crazy the methods you'll go to when you lose a family member. I remember when my brother in law was missing. I can't even remember where my head was during those days where I was on every page, every Facebook page, where it took weeks for us to find him after he went into psychosis, and the stories I could tell you guys of what we went through those 2 weeks, and to finally just endure that for any family member, it just breaks my heart, and it's why I get so passionate on these.
Yep, that is one reason I do too. And like SF investigates, I know a lot of people don't like him, but I do like him, and I can't help but be honest. Like I do. He's been there for me numerous times when my sister was missing in California, and he never charged me anything. Like that's how I knew that he could ping Rebecca's phone in the Rebecca Sparks case, and because he did it for me with my sister. Like he pinged her device, and that's one of the reasons we ended up being able to know the location or the general location. And he never charged me anything. So people are like, "Well, he's a crook, or he does this for money." Well, that's not the way that he was with me. He was very kind to me. He offered when the fires were out there and he was searching. He offered to help see if he's seen her anywhere. Like he was honest and he was kind, and when I really needed somebody, he was there. You know what I mean? Like I didn't know what I was doing. I I needed somebody that had some kind of professional in it. So a lot of people don't like him, but I do, and I think that he's a great investigator. That is my standpoint. And if
Yeah,
it
I've
wasn't
known
for
Steve for
him,
about 5 years. Steve is good people.
I do
He
it.
has his moments, and
He did.
I love Steve.
He can be crashing out sometimes, but who can't? We all need to crash out
Yeah,
sometimes.
we all have a good crash ride.
Hmm.
Facts, girl.
You
That
know,
is facts.
what made me kind of start was as I was sitting on the couch one night here at the house, and flipped on the news and I started hearing about this chick called Gabby Bettino. And when I heard about her, I followed it, and I was kind of like, one day I might make a difference for somebody like that. Especially how they found her. Two people out there just videotaping their drive down that road and happened to catch the burial. And so when that happened, I was kind of like, okay. You guys know that my platform was always getting on here, showing positivity, having a good time, singing a few songs, talking with people in chat. One night, I'm sitting there in the middle of one of my lives, and they said, "You've got a kid missing downtown or close to you," which was the Riley Strand case. Why don't you go down there and help them try to find him? I went boots on the ground the very next day, started going crazy with it, learning ins and outs, and by people on the internet. I was on my phone the whole time. And it turned into going from there to the Sebastian situation. So I'm still new at all this, but if you see something, say something. So that's what I've always tried to do with my chase on this side. But the most thing when the Gabby Bettino situation came up, I knew that I could make a difference in somebody's life someday. So you just got to get up every day and just keep going.
Yep. And that's because I've met Nikki and Jim, and I mean, I know them personally. Like, I've sat down and ate dinner with them, and that is what they want. That's what they want is Gabby to live on and to inspire other people to be part of the change and to
Yep,
do exactly that, to see something and say something.
Amanda, absolutely.
Didn't they find him though?
They found something.
I thought they found DNA and it came back it was his.
It was awful convenient how they found all that, though. I still think it's fishy. I think it
Yeah.
was. I think it was staged. It would not surprise me if you found out that all that was fraudulent.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop down. I have to go to bed. I have to get up early.
Yeah, I was sitting here falling asleep too, guys.
Yeah. All right, you guys have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow.
See
All
you
right.
tomorrow.
Good night,
Yeah.
y'all. Thank you for having me up.
Yeah,
I've had a long week.
I think I'm gonna go to bed too, y'all.
I'm just
I
going to
think we
say
all
this. I
should.
love your face. I
We
love
love you.
everybody's face.
We love you. And
Love
thanks for coming up and hanging out.
All right, love y'all. Good night.
Love
Good
y'all
night.
too. Good night, y'all. I'm gonna get off here too. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.